capacity crowd, better than 19,000 turning out at the Delta Center, Salt Lake City, Utah, as we get ready for the Los Angeles Lakers and the Utah Jazz. A check of the Western Conference standings. The Lakers have won 3 in a row. They've taken 7 of the last 8. They're now tied with Sacramento for best record in the NBA, while Utah is now 33-26, and they have turned things around. The Jazz in the number 7 position. They are actually percentage points in front of Seattle. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with the Czar. Mike Fratello will be joined in just a moment by Craig Sager. And Czar, the major news here for the Lakers tonight, the return of Kobe Bryant following the 2-game suspension for his involvement with the fight with Reggie Miller this past Friday night in L.A. Kobe very happy to be back against the Utah Jazz, a team that he has lit up in the 2 previous games, as he has scored 39 and 38 against Utah.
Marv, Kobe is the 3rd leading scorer in the NBA, averaging 26 points per game, but sometimes you do just a little bit more against certain teams. Utah will start out with Brian Russell, who's considered to be a good defender on him tonight. Then they'll come off the bench with John Starks. But, you know, matchups are the key in the NBA, and this is just a bad matchup for the Jazz against Kobe Bryant. One concern for Phil Jackson, that Kobe comes back and doesn't try and improve too much during the game tonight. Now, while Kobe's the hot topic, let's not forget Shaquille O'Neal, who during the 2-game absence of Kobe Bryant just happened to score 76 points, grabbed 26 rebounds. So I'd say his toe problem's probably healing up a little bit.
And Shaq celebrating birthday number 30 here today. The Lakers going up against a Utah team that started the season terribly, 6 up and 11 down. But what a dramatic transition that they have made. In fact, they have won 8 of their last 10 games. And as always, this a Jazz ball club that revolves around the 2 future Hall of Famers, 38-year-old Karl Malone and 39-year-old John Stockton.
It's just amazing that 2 players can have played this long and be as consistent. And again, this season, neither player has missed a basketball game. Stockton in his 18th season for his career, a 52% shooter, over 13 assists per game, shooting 83% from the foul line. His numbers are down a little bit, but we're still going to let him go because he's had a couple of years there. Now, Karl Malone, who's been in the league 1 less year than Stockton's 17th season, this guy has been an 11-time All-NBA player. We're talking about 2 gold medals on the Olympic team for the United States and a player who's one of the 50 greatest in the NBA. So on one end of the floor, you have Shaq and Kobe. On the other end, you have Stockton and Malone.
Pretty good group.
Not bad.
Coming up, it will be the 3rd meeting of the season between the Lakers and the Jazz. Lakers won the previous 2. Right here, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio.
Check out CNN Sports Illustrated, your sports news network.
If your fraternity forced you to join a sorority...
Yeah, very funny.
Would you?
Oh my God.
If you had to get sensitive...
Let's share.
Should you?
Well, I'm addicted to porn. Pillow fight!
And if you had to keep your hands off your sisters...
Who is that? Daisy.
Could you?
Wow.
Sorority Boys.
It's like a Wookiee, man.
Rated R. Starts March 22nd.
People want to win.
On Sunday, March 10th.
They want those national championship banners.
Everybody's playing their own game out there. Don't you kids get it?
The first original motion picture from ESPN.
Playing my game is what got you here.
Brian Dennehy is Bobby Knight.
I had to sit around for a year with a losing record? I'm not going to let you people do that to me.
A season on the brink. Premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
I told him to be realistic.
I told him to apply himself.
Man, I told him you're working too hard. I told him to take economics. You know, something practical.
I told him to get his head out of the clouds.
That's what I told him.
Did you listen to me? No.
In one ear and out the other.
Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
He had a real knack for science. He could have been an oceanographer.
Come on!
At Michelin, our tires are rigorously tested. They're laser checked, X-rayed for structural integrity. And finally, no tire leaves the factory without a thorough hand inspection. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
All right, the Lakers and the Jazz coming right up on TNT. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta's Studio A, where I'll be joined at halftime and after the game by Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley. Doc Rivers' post-game blasting of the officiating crew in last night's Orlando loss at Indiana has, not surprisingly, resulted in a fine. The NBA docked Rivers $7,500. Tonight, Orlando puts the finishing touch on its 7-game trip in Boston, hoping to head home 3-4 and not 2-5. First quarter, Boston scored 39 points. They cooled off a little bit in the second quarter. Rodney Rogers here connecting, though, from way out there. And Boston on top, 57-47. Last couple of minutes of the second quarter. Meantime, one of our crew is on the cover of Sports Illustrated this week. It would be Charles Unchained. Interesting cover, I think you'll agree. We'll be talking about that and what's inside with Kenny and Charles at halftime. But straight ahead, the Lakers and the Jazz right here on TNT.
In 2 days, it's time for action, adventure, and time for the motion picture event of the year. Wow. The Time Machine, rated PG-13, starts this Friday.
How far will a small business go to reach new customers? All the way to cyberspace. Because small business is about working in new ways, we created a new way for them. Open, the Small Business Network. New tools, services, and savings for a small business economy. From American Express.
Wendy's hot and juicy classic hamburgers are made fresh right when you order them, so they taste better. Wendy's, it's hamburger bliss.
Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
America Online makes it easy to do more. Like at AOL Keyword eBay, where you can get the hottest new things. You can buy brand new golf clubs to cruise the links in style. Buy a brand new handbag that holds everything. Or the latest PC to connect you to the world. Get great deals on millions of new items. You can bid or save time and buy it now. Get brand new anything you want, anytime you want. At eBay on America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
Heist, coming Tuesday on video and DVD. Be careful who you con.
I hate to do anything as dramatic as count to 3, but 1, 2, 3.
Heist, so many twists you'll need to see it more than once.
Welcome back to Salt Lake City, Utah. The Los Angeles Lakers coming off a win at home last night over the New Jersey Nets to conclude a 3-game homestand. We'll open up with Lindsey Hunter, Kobe Bryant, back from the suspension. Rick Fox playing despite a knee problem. Shaquille O'Neal and Robert Horry up front, while the Utah Jazz with John Stockton and Brian Russell in the backcourt. The rookie Andre Kirilenko, the rookie Jarron Collins, and Karl Malone up front. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, on this date in 1972 in Newark, New Jersey, Lucille Harrison gave birth to a little 6-pound, 11-ounce baby boy named Shaquille. The big fella is now 7'1", 330 and celebrating his 30th birthday. After the game, Shaq and the team will fly to L.A. for his favorite dish, double chicken Caesar salad. But by the way, he has to share the night with another guy, Greg Ostertag. Today is his 29th birthday, and he has a birthday cake, which is Shaq on a platter. So happy birthday to the two big fellas.
All right, Craig, capturing all these social notes prior to the opening tip. The officials, Hugh Hollins, Ron Alesiak, and Pat Frere. Lindsey Hunter of the Lakers controlling the opening tip. How about Shaq? Last night he goes against Jason Collins of the Nets. Tonight he faces his twin brother, Jarron. And Malone had it knocked away last touch by Horry.
And the problem with the rookie matching up against Shaq is you're not going to get the benefit. I mean, look, it's hard enough to play him as it is, okay? If you're a veteran guy, been in the league 10 years. But if you're a rookie, it's tough not to get those cheap, easy fouls, and that's a concern of Jerry Sloan's, that Collins is not on the bench early because he can make a 17-foot jump shot, which is something you have to do with your center against Shaq.
We will see a number of people attempting to go at Shaquille O'Neal. Nice touch there by Collins.
I'm glad he listened to me. It's amazing. Right away, on the money.
Jaron to be followed by John Amici and Greg Osatek. Shaq able to get down deep and is fouled. Jaron Collins goes 6'11", listed at 255 pounds, a second-round draft pick out of Stanford who has his hands full.
Kind of had a look on his face like, what do you want me to do? You cannot get caught this deep in the lane. Look where Shaq is. He's right next to the restricted area where you're allowed to take a charge under the basket. You allow him to post that deep, and I'm saying allow. Of course, he doesn't want him to get there, but how do you stop it?
When Shaq just received the ball on that inbounds, I lost Jaron Collins. He was dwarfed by Shaq. Kobe Bryant picked up on the switch and then trapped out of bounds. And last touch. Well, apparently 24-second violation, the ball to Utah.
Well, we may have seen something right there with Karl Malone jumping out and trapping Kobe as he came off the pick and roll. That may show us that Utah is not going to allow him to get off to an early start. They're going to try and take the ball out of Kobe's hands.
The Jazz played here on Monday night, beat Denver by 18. It's Collins again. So Collins with the 2 open perimeter shots for the 4-0 Utah lead.
As I've heard someone say before, yeah, you may make a couple jumpers against Shaq, but then it's hard to make them when you're sitting on the bench because of foul problems. So Shaq just comes right back at you.
Shaky start here by the Lakers. That win over Denver, a bounce back for the Jazz after they lost at home to Minnesota on Saturday night. This Utah's 4th game back home following that 9-game road trip. And a reach-in foul.
If he didn't lose control of possession, the foul may have been overlooked. But because he lost it and the ball was rolling loose, they had to call the foul, the right call.
So Kobe picks it up. This is game 4 overall of a 5-game homestand for Utah. How about that 9-game, 26-day road trip and how well Utah played, although it was lesser competition, and they have to show that they can do it against some of the better clubs, particularly in the West.
But as Jerry Sloan said, it's a little deceiving from the standpoint they played the first 2 more, then the All-Star break. Then they had the next 6, then 5 days off, and then the 9th game in a row. So they did get a little bit of a break.
Kirilenko with a line drive hook shot.
Was that I thought maybe he thought he was close and was going to dunk it, throw it down on top of him.
Andre has extension, but not quite that much. Robert Horry coming off a strong game last night. And O'Neal with the rebound. Fox's pass deflected by Kirilenko.
Kirilenko very live, very active. Long arms.
So active that he was out of bounds looking for that pass. He actually was waiting for the pass out of bounds.
I didn't say where he's active. I mean, you know, he's active all over the place.
Andre Kirilenko played in Moscow last year, drafted on the 1st round back in 1999, and has played very well, averaging 10 points per game.
And to Jerry Sloan's credit, he has stuck with the youngster during the year.
Nice move by Hunter, able to penetrate. Utah with a 4-2 lead. Lakers winning the earlier meetings, both by 4 points. And as we mentioned earlier, Kobe with big ball games. Same for Shaq, who averaged 30 points in the 2 games. Stockton giving the Jazz a 6-2 lead. You realize John Stockton will celebrate his 40th birthday at the end of this month on March the 26th. Stockton with the steal, took it away from Hunter and is able to hit.
It's amazing. Stockton listens to you all the time. He knew you were speaking about him. This guy's had an incredible career, and as the assistant coach, Gordy Chiesa, told us, probably the best all-around shooting guard, screening guard, assist man that you've ever had.
Now there have been an offensive foul on Shaquille O'Neal, getting entangled with Jaron Collins.
Collins really beat him to the spot. Hoped that Shaq would keep coming, which he did. Was willing to absorb the blow. Had good body position.
Getting back to Stockton, playing the point at 39 going on 40 is just incredible. There are people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Robert Parrish were able to stay in the NBA in an advanced stage. Stockton with another beautiful move. But to have a point guard at that age is astounding.
Point guard who still runs the floor pretty well and makes his open shots. His minutes have been cut back a little bit, but that's smart on Jerry Sloan's part. He needs him to play the critical minutes for this team.
O'Neal gets inside despite the triple team. So it's Utah 10 and Los Angeles 4.
With Kobe out the last 2 games because of the suspension, the offense basically has gone through Shaq. The ball is in his hands 80-85% of the time, and he has to make it happen. And again, Stockton back cuts Lindsey Hunter. That's twice he's back cut him for layups on the inside.
And John Stockton has come out and hit his first 4 shots. He has 8 points.
You can't cheat and anticipate over screens against Utah because they're very good at reading and backdooring you.
Foul on Russell. Phil Jackson telling us earlier we have been riding Shaq's coattails the last 2 games. Now it's time to play the team game with Kobe Bryant back on the floor.
Well, Phil wants to see the touches and the ball movement and the involvement in the other players because Shaq can dominate any game he wants to.
Beautiful pass from Bryant to Fox. Rick Fox, a question mark coming into tonight. A contusion on his knee suffered last night. Had a very tough game physically against the Nets. And Brian Shaw, a question mark because of an injured shoulder. He ran into a pick last night in the game against New Jersey.
We saw Earl Watson last night in Seattle run into a screen and dislocate his shoulder last night for Seattle.
Jazz with a 12-6 lead, 6.5 remaining in the first. O'Neal backing his way. Shaq coming up short, and Stockton able to get to that rebound. Malone able to save the pass. Lakers have not been sharp here in the early moments. Playing back-to-back, got in early in the morning. Stockton again, walking around Hunter. And the Jazz with a 14-6 lead.
I mean, Lindsey Hunter obviously is paying too much attention to the fact that Stockton, for his career in 18 seasons, is shooting 52% from the floor because he's leaping all over the place, leaving it.
And Lindsey Hunter able to answer with his second bucket.
And he ball faked, and Stockton went in the air, and he drives past him.
Utah with a 6-point lead.
You don't think these two had an agreement tonight that maybe each ball fake would jump in the air and see what the other guy does?
I think that's it. Foul charged to Hunter as a timeout is taken. 5:38 remaining in this first quarter. There's the ball fake by Stockton, and he's able to take it to the rim. 10 points for Stockton.
These guys have to go all out to get the rock. You don't. Just make AT&T your new long-distance service, and we'll give you a free NBA team ball. Then you can earn more NBA gear by logging on to NBA.com and the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone. The more minutes you use during the season, the better NBA stuff you get. So switch to AT&T Long Distance now and get your hands on an NBA basketball without the floor burns. So hustle up and call 1-800-335-8900.
Of all the minivans available today, only one comes with the government's highest 5-star safety rating, a 10-year warranty, and a starting price of under $20,000. The Kia Sedona. Pretty impactful, isn't it? Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2002 Kia Sedona.
Now is the time to get your team together and start practicing. NBA Hoop It Up, the world's most exciting 3-on-3 tournament, is coming your way. Whether you're young or old, a serious competitor, or playing for fun, there's a level for you. So get in on all the action. Log on to NBA.com to find out when NBA Hoop It Up is coming to your town and sign up. NBA Hoop It Up, basketball without boundaries. Anytime, anyone, anywhere.
Switchblade is back. Mondays at 9, only on TNT.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone on NBA.com. You can get NBA gear just by talking on the phone. By the Small Business Network, new tools for a small business economy from American Express. By Kia Motors, makers of a full line of quality cars backed by a 10-year warranty program. And by Wendy's Garden Sensations. We've raised the bar on salads.
We talked about John Stockton back-cutting his defender, Lindsey Hunter. Let's take a look what happens. Karl Malone, who's coming to the low post area, just received a screen from Stockton. Now, the center at the top is supposed to come and give a screen for Stockton to come off it for a jump shot. So as the play develops from here, Kirilenko has the ball. Malone posts up right at this point. Hold it. Stockton's decision is to make believe he's coming this way. The defender cheats, and you see Stockton back cut him right away. If you cheat too much, Hunter gets caught anticipating it. The easy layup for Stockton.
Now, Czar, in the spirit of the recent Winter Olympic Games here in Salt Lake, here are the judges' scores on your telestrating attempt.
What? France? Is that France?
Yes, 3.9. Very controversial once again.
Very upset with that. Gosh, another
From a technical point of view, you moved up. USA liked you.
Japan liked me, 5.8.
Yeah. The Jazz with a 6-point lead, 5.5 remaining in the first quarter. Actually, it was one of your higher scores.
We get to throw what? 1 out? Is that it? A high and a low, is that it?
We're making up the rules, whatever you want to do. Kirilenko inbounds to Russell with a shot clock down to 5. Russell is rejected, but Collins is right there. So the rookie Jarrett Collins with his third field goal. He has 6 points. Both teams remaining the same following the timeout. O'Neal establishing possession and rejected by Kirilenko. Here's Bryant. So Kobe Bryant with his first field goal. Andre Kirilenko came from the backside and rejected Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, you know, the objective of Collins is keep your body up against Shaq, try and get him as far away from the basket as you can, then you're going to get your help from someone else because you're not going to block his shot.
Once again, Stockton off a series of fakes, try to get it to Kirilenko. Bryant using Shaq as the screen.
Kind of like a big bulldozer coming down the middle of the lane. And all Kobe did was just follow him and said, I'll clear the path, stay behind me.
I was waiting for Shaquille to put the brakes on. Kobe off the steal and deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Malone.
Lindsey Hunter was looking over his shoulder, anticipating the pass, and heard the footsteps of Karl Malone. Said, thank goodness they missed it.
Lakers with the ball down by 4. Robert Horry. That was a 3-point attempt. Horry had a good one last night. 12 points, 13 rebounds against the Nets. Kirilenko given the room. Now Malone posting on Horry. Rejected by Horry. An emphatic rejection as he took possession. And the Lakers picking it up, in particular at the defensive end. Fox had it knocked away, and the foul is called. Fox taking Kirilenko to the floor.
That's twice now we've seen Kirilenko get those long arms and hands out there and cause deflections and force turnovers from the Lakers.
Rusty LaRue has done a nice job in the absence of the injured John Crotty as a backup point. Has come on for John Stockton. What a performance for Stockton. 5 for 5 from the field, 10 points.
He may play another 3 or 4 more years if he's playing like that.
Here's Malone. Kept alive. Kirilenko is fouled. Foul on Fox. That's his second. Andrei Kirilenko will shoot 2. He's a 75% free throw shooter.
You know, Marv, Utah has scored points against the Lakers. Look, the Lakers have a good team defense. When they get after it and they're zeroed in, they are very good. And they're missing one of their prime pieces right now at the power forward position. That's the reason why we're seeing Robert Horry at the moment starting. But very important that you can score, and tough to score against the Laker defense. This Utah team has scored 101 and 95 points in 2 games against them. Lost 2 very close games. So it's a matter of a couple plays here or there that make a difference.
Evan George has checked in, coming on for Rick Fox, who picked up the 2 fouls. Shaq is fouled. Shaquille O'Neal only 8 of 20 at the line last night against New Jersey after he had picked up the free throw shooting. Substitutions now for the Jazz. Jerry Sloan inserting Donyell Marshall and Greg Ostertag. Donyell Marshall in only his 5th game back following a month-long battle with a series of injuries. Missed 19 games in all with a hip and a pulled groin. Greg Ostertag has had his ups and downs, in particular with his head coach.
Well, you have your big front line out there for Utah. Now, we'll get back to the incident with the head coach in a second. But you talk about Ostertag now is out there at 7'2". Donyell Marshall listed at 6'9", then Malone at 6'9". So that's a big front line they have out there for Utah.
Evan George out-hustling Greg Ostertag. Good play by George, and then able to deflect it off Ostertag. Now a timeout is taken, just under 3 remaining in the first. It's the Jazz 18, the Lakers 13.
One night every year, the biggest Cartoon Network stars gather together to celebrate their craft. It's the first 13th annual Fancy Anvil Award Show Program Special, live in stereo, Saturday, March 23rd at 7, only on Cartoon Network.
Of all the minivans available today, only one comes with the government's highest 5-star safety rating, a 10-year warranty, and a starting price of under $20,000. The Kia Sedona. Pretty impactful, isn't it? Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2002 Kia Sedona.
Every 17 seconds, an American home is burglarized, and these are the tools of the trade. If you have an alarm and this happens, the standard alarm should work. But if your phone line is cut, your alarm will not send a signal, which means it doesn't work. You need Guardian Alarm with its exclusive AirLink system. It transmits by radio waves and needs no telephone service. An alarm system is only as good as the help it provides. No signal, no help. Get Guardian today, guaranteed or your money back. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Like you've never seen it before, TLC and BBC Worldwide present a large format film that will take you beyond your ordinary world and into the human body. A Discovery Pictures BBC giant screen experience featuring groundbreaking cinematography. We'll turn your world inside out. The human body, now showing at a giant screen theater near you.
Brought to you in part by Health Alliance Plan, providing innovative, high-quality health care to southeastern Michigan.
We're talking about the incident between Greg Ostertag and his head coach Jerry Sloan. It occurred early in February against Memphis. Another incident between the two as they got into a shouting match, and then Ostertag bumped Sloan in front of the bench. This after a turnover and a foul committed by Ostertag, which led to the disagreement. Sloan said that he has been basically frustrated by Greg Ostertag. He said, I see some talent in Greg, and I have not been able to get it out of him.
You know, sometimes it's a very simple thing. Nothing more than a head coach who is trying to push his player to reach his maximum potential. And he sees how much this guy could help his teammates, his basketball team, this franchise, but he wants them to do it on a regular basis, not just one out of every 4 or 5 nights. Then to get frustrated.
Evan George not able to hit the shot from downtown. Mark Matson, who just checked in, came up with the rebound. Here's Kobe Bryant. Kobe relocating the touch. Third field goal, has 6 points, and Utah now leads 18-15. Rusty LaRue spent part of 3 years as a member of the Chicago Bulls and played in Russia last year. Karl Malone is stripped. Bryant for Hunter. Hunter from downtown. George able to keep it alive. Good hustle. Then Kobe is fouled by Malone. Karl Malone committing the personal.
You got to think about it when you're going after a loose ball, particularly when you see Karl Malone starting to come at you to chase it down. There's a big body taking Kobe's legs out from underneath him.
14 fouls apiece. Utah now going with a front line of John Amici, Karl Malone, and Danielle Marshall. And a technical foul charged to Malone. Malone very unhappy here at the start. Has not been able to get into it. 0 for 3 from the field. And just picked up that foul and chasing the loose ball along with Bryant. So Kobe will shoot the tee.
I think Karl's point is, look, it's a loose ball. It's on the floor. You got 2 guys going after it. There's contact. So why is it just no call at all?
The Lakers now within 2. Shaquille O'Neal getting a rest here in the first quarter. Phil Jackson has Matson up front with Horry and George, Bryant and Hunter at the guards. Good hands by LaRue.
Well, Utah's done a very, very good job of getting their hands up and deflecting passes.
And as Kirilenko looks to hit his teammate down low, pushing foul on Matson. So the Lakers are over the foul limit, and Karl Malone will go to the line.
Marv, I think before the end of the night, we're going to see a very heated game between these 2 teams. The reason being, Utah is trying to establish the fact that they can beat one of the better teams in the Western Conference. They're 1-12 right now against the top 5 teams in the Western Conference. They played probably 7 of those games where it came down to the last minute of the game, but they just can't seem to get wins to show for it. So I think right now, since they're playing their best basketball of the season, Utah would love to get this one here, obviously, at home tonight.
And there you see the rundown. 0 for 3 against the Kings, the Spurs, and the Timberwolves. They lost the 2 earlier games with the Lakers.
Unusual. They played the Lakers within the first week twice, November 1st, November 4th or 5th. Got both games in early in the season.
And both close games, 4-point wins for the Lakers. Lakers have won the last 3, 7 of the last 10 against Utah. Kobe Bryant trying to thread it through to Evan George, so the ball back to the Jazz.
Yeah, and both teams are missing some key guys. Before it was Samaki Walker I was referring to that Robert Horry is starting in place of. And for Utah, John Crotty, who was playing very, very solid basketball for them with that second unit. Jerry Sloan likes the productivity out of his second unit.
Samaki Walker with that hyperextended right elbow.
And we're seeing something we don't see very much. The Lakers in the zone. They have a small team out on the floor. Matt's in the center for them now. They've gone zone the last 3 trips down. They're going to make Utah shoot the ball from the outside.
Eric Fisher on the floor for the first time. Now Bryant posting on LaRue. Kobe Bryant making his return after the 2-game suspension has come out and hit for 9 points in this first quarter. The Jazz 20, the Lakers 18 with a minute remaining in the quarter. LaRue is wide open and way off on that 3-point attempt. And that did not hit the rim, and I believe that's the reason that the official, Ron Elisiak, blew the whistle, because Utah was presented with a new 24, but it should not be a fresh clock.
It must hit the rim to reset the clock. You see the clock at 13, it does not touch the rim. Goes over the top of it, gets a little piece of the backboard on the way down. And Marv, going back to the Open tonight, we talked about sometimes matchups just a problem for teams. And Kobe, the last time down, we saw him go down the baseline, take LaRue down, and LaRue listed at 6'3", Kobe at 6'7". He simply turns, shoots it over the top of him. John Starks comes in. That's another problem, okay, because John Starks, they list him at 6'5". I'm not quite sure he's that big, but size, get Kobe down the baseline, shoot over the top.
Are you doubting some of these program heights and weights?
I am doubting that. Same guys who had the birth certificates for the baseball players.
You know, you keep going back to that.
Just mentioned it once last night.
That was on the air. I'm talking about off the air. Shot clock readjusted to 5. Amici is rejected by George. Malone able to get it off. And Horry on the rebound with 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here's Kobe Bryant, rebounded by Karl Malone. Good hands by Horry to slap it away. Kobe has scored 9 of the last 10 points for the Lakers. Fast start for John Stockton as he went 5 for 5 in his 8 minutes. He leads Utah with 10 points. And here comes John Starks, replacing Andre Kirilenko. Say John is about 6'4".
So that means John is taller than Rusty LaRue.
Yeah. Well, LaRue trying to get it to Amici. Bryant off the crossover. And LaRue is on it. Utah wants to hold for a final shot of this first quarter. Down to 10 seconds. Malone takes the floating pass and he is fouled.
Karl Malone, a little extra shot there with that right elbow. One of the difficult things in the league is to front Karl Malone. He holds the spot. He's very strong. If you lead the ball to the backboard area, the lower corner of the backboard, it's tough for the weak side help. And they're talking right now to each other. And what Horry is saying is, I came and rotated and just put my arms up. You didn't have to put your elbow out into my face and then a little shove after the fact.
6/10 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Let's take a look at the lob over the top. He's being fronted. Now watch Malone's right elbow go into the face right there of Horry, and then a little shove right there with the right hand at the end.
The Jazz 22 of the Lakers. 18, some pressure here by Utah. Bryant chased by Marshall, and he was tripped up. Foul is called with 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. So Kobe will head to the line.
One of the toughest things to guard a guy in transition going full speed, to keep the ball in front of you and not let him get in the seam. And then if you command too much help from a teammate, he'll obviously kick to his teammate who should be spotted up for a shot.
Kobe Bryant averaging 26 a game, an 82% free throw shooter. Mitch Richmond about to check in. Mitch has started the last 2 games in the absence of Kobe Bryant. And we mentioned Brian Shaw with the shoulder problem, although he is in uniform and on the bench. Robert Horry will sit down as Richmond checks in. The Jazz by 2. Final seconds of the quarter. Here comes Malone from Marshall. Gets it off in time. And that's the end of the first quarter. Utah, led by John Stockton, got off to that quick start in the early moments. You see the numbers. 5 of 5 for 10 points. Kobe Bryant, the high man for the Lakers, with 11. He scored 11 of the Lakers' last 12 points. Utah by 2 after 1.
March is the time to turn your home wish list into a wish come true at the Home Depot.
Come in now through March 31st and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 on consumer credit card purchases of $299 or more for all your kitchen, appliance, bath, and flooring projects. So bring in your list and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 now at the Home Depot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
On March 22nd, the wait is over. Blade 2, rated R, starts March 22nd.
With document distribution from Canon, you can send a document to different locations instantly. Print it in one office, email it to another, and send volumes somewhere else, all at the same time. Hey, welcome to the new office. It's business accelerated.
Wendy's hot and juicy classic double with cheese is made fresh right when you order it, so it tastes better. Wendy's, it's hamburger bliss.
Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
Doctor, I have this recurring dream where a talking towel follows me around and keeps asking me about a towelly ban.
Freud would say it's repressed sexual energy funneled into a perceptual scotoma, fueled by your inability to confront an ever-growing but ultimately ineffective defense coping mechanism. But I say, you need a new season of South Park on Comedy Central.
New episodes of South Park, Wednesdays at 10, only on Comedy Central.
Little goodbyes. A beautiful 51-degree evening here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as we welcome you back. Marv Albert with the Czar, Mike Fratello, and Craig Sager. The Jazz leading all the way, have a 22-20 lead on the Lakers. Look at these numbers. John Stockton and the rookie center Jarron Collins combining for 8 of 8 from the field. The rest of the Jazz 0 for 12. Karl Malone looking for his first bucket, missing his first 4 shots. Utah began the game 7 of 10, but they've hit only 1 of 10 since then. Here's John Starks. Well, Starks puts it into that string.
And we see Utah with a second unit on the floor, a complete second unit, and one which Jerry Sloan has been very pleased with their productivity. In fact, about a month and a half ago, we saw the second unit come on after the starting unit was down about 18 points at Portland and turned the game around that night.
That was a unit that was sparked by John Crotty. Starks able to retrieve it. John Crotty undergoing the arthroscopic knee surgery. Starks coming up short. Shaquille O'Neal is back. That was deflected. Good play by LaRue. On Starks in the backcourt with Rusty LaRue. Scott Patrick has played well up front with John Amici and Danielle Marshall. Marshall with the return to Padgett, and he was not able to hold on.
But it was good basketball because Padgett watched his defender, he saw him turn his head, and then immediately cut to the basket. And the idea there's a little give-and-go basketball, hit the post, and Marshall made the right pass.
Utah assistant coach Gordon Chiesa raving about the recent play of Padgett, a 3-year man out of Kentucky. Kept alive by George. Devin George has been all over the basketball in this first half. Amici trying to keep O'Neal away. Patrick helping out, was able to strip him. Patrick for Starks on the bridge.
You know, John Starks is the kind of player, when he hits his first couple of shots in the game, he made his first jumper, immediately came down and took a hurried one and missed it, but there he gets the easy layup. He's the kind of guy that can string baskets together and score a lot of points quickly for a team.
Crowd is looking for a travel on Manson. And Richmond is fouled by Paget. John Stockton will make his return. Played 8 minutes in the first quarter, hitting 5 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, Stockton did it with a number of back cuts to get some easy baskets like that one right there, or his ability to play defense, get in those passing lanes, and we know John Stockton year after year is a leader in steals in the NBA.
Stockton coming on for LaRue. Shaq with a nice return pass. He is a tremendous passer. The other night, Shaquille against Houston, 36 points, 14 rebounds, but also had 7 assists.
Remember when his first couple of years in the league, Marv, he would hurry things in the post area. He would not let the offense develop. And that's just a youngster learning the game, learning how to watch for openings, to read the defense. Somebody that size has to learn, I can always get a shot off, even with 2 or 3 seconds remaining. So let's look at the other options first and get some easy baskets for your teammates. He does a beautiful job.
Stockton reaching in, coming up with the steal. Stockton played by Mitch Richmond. Marshall. Daniel Marshall. Utah with a 28-22 lead on the Lakers. Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal able to power his way right by John Amici.
See, Shaq is trying to get low enough where he doesn't have to put the ball on the floor, because he realizes every time it goes down, you've got 2 or 3 sets of hands reaching in there.
Manson on the rebound. Fisher and Richmond in the backcourt. O'Neal up front with Manson and George. Evan George for 3. Scott Paget on the rebound. Utah Jazz at 33-26. They have won 8 of their last 10 games. The 2 losses in that stretch at Sacramento and here at home to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Once again, Shaq getting the position. Shaquille O'Neal with the jump hook. He felt he was fouled, looking over at the official. So the Lakers are within 2. Utah calls for time.
With Amici on the floor, Utah's banking on his weight. The 270 pounds is enough to keep Shaq away from the basket, but he gets in the rhythm, turns to the left shoulder.
This weekend, all the drama is on TNT. Friday night at 8, The Client. Saturday night at 8, Stepmom. And Sunday night at 8, the 8th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. It all starts this weekend on TNT.
Excuse me, waitress. Bud Light, please. Can I? Oh, there you are. Oh, hey, wait. Can I have a Bud Light, please? Yeah. Hi.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Hey, I'll be right down. Oh, wait.
Make it a Bud Light.
Just stay in its tracks.
Just stay in its tracks.
The Jaguar X-Type, the only car in its class with all-wheel drive, standard. For exceptional values on the X-Type, visit your Jaguar retailer today.
Brown's technology helps me see my supply chain minute by minute. Brown shows me problems before they get bigger. Brown works with me to give me control. Brown reveals the hidden opportunities before they go away. Brown never says to me, you can't do that. That's what lawyers are for.
Better supply chain visibility. What can Brown do for you?
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. 85-year-old Chick Hearn with 3,338 consecutive Laker games broadcast, and then that streak ended when he had heart surgery, then broke his hip. He was released from the hospital today and says he hopes to be doing a game before the end of the month. All of our best, certainly, to Chick Hearn as we send it back to Marvin Mike, guys.
All right, thanks, Ernie. It'll be great to see Chick back, making it back for that stretch run, and then the playoffs. Paul Sunderland has been filling in for Chick, working with Chick's longtime partner, Stu Lance.
Stu mentioned that he spoke to Chick, and that Chick probably will start out just doing Laker home games when he comes back, and like we just heard, hopefully by the end of the month.
I think Chick's tuning up by doing the games to himself in his living room off television. Not that he would turn down the sound of Paul and Stu.
Of course not.
The Jazz with a 28-26 lead. 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. John Stockton. Jazz working the ball carefully. Marshall with the shot clock down to 5. Able to go glass.
And a tough shot that time over the top of Matson. He knew the shot clock was down, didn't see any outlet, so he had to produce a shot for himself. He's long enough to get it up over the top of Matson, who really doesn't elevate and challenge shots that well.
Daniel Marshall at 56% from the field, despite missing the 19 games due to injury, remaining as the number 2 man of that department, right behind Shaquille O'Neal. Matson kept it alive, and it will be Utah ball. The Jazz at 19-11 here at home. It is their 4th game back here at the Delta Center following that long road trip, the 9-game, 26-day journey during the course of the Winter Olympics here in Salt Lake City. Padgett, his shot was about to be blocked. Starks gets it off in time. 1 remaining on the shot clock. Now, earlier in the season, on a number of occasions, John Starks was in the Jerry Sloan doghouse. He has been getting the playing time recently.
Well, here's where the contradiction comes. Jerry Sloan's offense is about precision, about timing, about running it, passing the ball so you get an open shot. John Starks is a streak shooter. He knows that when he gets it going, he can hit 4 or 5 in a row. So once he makes one, he doesn't want to wait for the plays to develop.
Mitch Richmond felt he was fouled. Mitch Richmond, who came back from knee injuries early on, was not getting the playing time. Here's Starks again. Well, you talk about the streak shooting ability of John Starks. Fans in New York saw it over the years as a member of the New York Knicks. Starks with 8 points. He's hit 4 of 5 from the field. Utah by 6. O'Neal. Crowd wanted a traveling violation, but a foul against the Jazz.
And Shaq at some point will start to take that first dribble and look to kick out the teammates who are surrounding the three-point line, because he's got 4 other bodies playing him once he puts the ball down the lane. So he knows he's going to be able to draw them. Now it's a matter of kicking out, finding an open teammate, and then the perimeter people will have to make some shots for the Lakers.
Foul committed by Daniel Marshall, his second. And Shaq has hit 2 of 3 at the line. A reminder, tomorrow night on TNT, the Raptors and the Mavericks. Coverage beginning at a special time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Raptors have lost 12 in a row. The Mavericks at 42-18. They're just a half game behind the Lakers and the Kings. Sacramento and Los Angeles tied with the best record in the NBA. Lakers have won 3 in a row, 7 of their last 8. This after that down period that they went through. They had dropped 3 straight before the 7 of 8 stretch. Amici with the fake, and he is fouled by Horry.
And we got Shaq up in the air with the little pump fake. Shaq respecting his jump shooting ability, and then he has quick feet and can put it on the floor 1 or 2 dribbles.
Just under 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Timeout taken. It's Utah by 5.
Just stay in its tracks.
Just stay in its tracks.
The Jaguar X-Type, the only car in its class with all-wheel drive, standard. For exceptional values on the X-Type, visit your Jaguar retailer today.
For almost 30 years, Tom Hulser Ford has been the no-problem dealer. Our years of quality service and commitment to excellence in every department has earned us Blue Oval certification. But we're not stopping now. Tom Hulser Ford is expanding so we can serve you even better. Problem with high finance? That's no problem at Tom Hulser Ford. You can still get 0% financing right now on most Ford vehicles. No problem. All roads lead to Tom Hulser Ford at 10 Mile and Haggerty in Farmington Hills.
Every year, schools across America help the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Last year, Pennies for Patients raised millions of dollars to help kids like me get well. You and your school can help turn spirit change into a cure. Ask your teacher to sign up for Pennies for Patients. Kids can help kids.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Jaguar and the new all-wheel drive Jaguar X-Type. And by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home.
Welcome back to Salt Lake City, Utah. We've been talking about the amazing careers of Karl Malone and John Stockton. Here's a look at tonight's Amex leaderboard. In terms of consecutive seasons, active players with one team, Stockton and Malone lead the way in NBA lore. In the National Hockey League, Ken Danico of New Jersey, Steve Yzerman of Detroit, spending 19 seasons each with their respective teams. You see the NFL, Darryl Green and Bruce Matthews, and in baseball, Barry Larkin, 16 years with Cincinnati. Edgar Martinez, 15 with the Seattle Mariners.
I wanted to do the hockey names. You took the whole thing. I wanted to do Ken and Steve, two good friends of mine, and you just jumped in there and took the whole thing.
Ken who? What was that name?
Ken Yankee.
Yeah, that's good. That's why we try to spare you. You follow it very closely.
Devils. How about the Devils?
What about them?
Well, you know, I'd say a tremendous move. The fact that they bring back their former head coach, he's willing to take the job as an assistant on the team, and then the team suddenly turned. I mean, it really, yeah,
very unusual.
It was great. I thought it was great. That shows you that he loves the sport so much, and the players. Let's be part of this. Kobe goes down low and scores on the inside.
The Czar following the NHL. I saw that copy of the Hockey News in your briefcase earlier.
Size down low. Starks, who some people think is 6'4", just not big enough to challenge Kobe on the post-up move.
Kobe Bryant coming back strong following the 2-game suspension. 14 points for Kobe. Kobe did apologize to his teammates, would not apologize to Reggie Miller.
Obviously, those are serious, hard feelings between those two guys.
Eric Fisher met by John Stockton. Fisher thought he was fouled. Look away pass from Bryant to O'Neal. And the Lakers are within 2.
Just a small thing. It shows you a big man who has good hands, but more importantly, a big man who's ready, anticipating his teammates' pass.
Karl Malone getting set to check back in. Offensive foul. The ball back to the Lakers. Foul on Starks. That is his second.
Starks went in to set a split screen so Stockton could come off for the jump shot. And Starks wiped out 2 defenders, which is what he wanted to do, but did a little too much pushing with the body on the screen.
So Malone is back. It's Malone, Amici, and Marshall up front. Russell and Stockton at the guard. Here's O'Neal, and it will count. It's a goaltend. Amici got a piece of it, and it's a goaltending call, and this is the first time that the game has been tied. 36 apiece, 7-0 run for the Lakers. Just under 5 remaining in the first half. And a foul is called on Derek Fisher. Marshall draws the double, sets it up for Malone, who has not been able to hit. 0 for 5 from the field. Kobe taking the lead from Derek Fisher.
Boy, did he run that right lane hard. He knew they had numbers. He knew that Fisher would have his head up and be able to throw the lead lob pass. He ran that right lane as hard as you could ask and then was able to finish.
So the Lakers in front for the first time. Utah turns it over. After a bit of a sluggish start by the Los Angeles Lakers, they have come on here in the second quarter. George for three. The ball back to the Jazz.
You know, Marv, you mentioned turnover just a second ago by the Jazz, and you don't associate Utah, the Jazz, with a lot of turnovers. You think because of Stockton and his excellence in handling and passing and the assists that he has, as Stockton tries to bank him off the glass. But this team is next to last. Okay, 28th in the league in turnovers. They're averaging almost 17 turnovers a game.
Only Golden State is worse, leading the NBA in that department. Nice pass. Marshall is hit from behind by George.
George went after that one.
Number 3 for the Lakers. 13 foul committed by the Lakers.
Well, here they come for a little back pick right here. What's supposed to happen is the screener then comes off to be the jump shooter at the end. There's Stockton setting the screen. He's supposed to come late, but instead he does such a good job of screening that Marshall's able to catch the basketball and is fouled.
Danielle Marshall out of the University of Connecticut, originally a first-round draft pick, the 4th pick overall by Minnesota, and went on to spend 5.5 years with Golden State, a second year with Utah. He's been an excellent addition to this squad.
I'd like to know why I did not see scores on that last telescope. The judges?
What happened was the scores hit such record lows that they felt they did not want to bring back any possibility of embarrassment. As Marshall is able to come up with a steal. Russell. Nice move by Bryant Russell, first eluding Devin George up high.
Well, George did his job. He ran at the three-point line and got the three-point shooter to put the ball down on the floor. Then he's got to count on his defense behind him to step up and protect him.
Lakers will talk it over with 3:17 remaining in the first half. Utah back up by 1.
Anything in the mail?
Junk. Hey, look at this.
What?
A credit card pre-approved. You know what that means?
We already have a credit card.
But it's pre-approved. What do you want? A trip to Bermuda?
The Caymans?
Yeah. Or a nice dinner around.
You know what I want? A house.
Using credit wisely is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Heist, coming Tuesday on video and DVD. The plan.
Anybody can get the goods. The hard part's getting away.
The bait.
She could talk her way out of a sunburn.
The con.
Everybody needs money. That's why they call it money.
Heist. So many twists, you'll need to see it more than once.
Bart, you've got some unique activity in your brain's pleasure lobe. Diagnosis? Butterfingeritis.
No cure?
Afraid not.
Cool. Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery. Nothing like a Butterfinger.
From Nestle.
Oh, why does Bart always get the good diseases?
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
See the only award show where the biggest stars of film and television honor their favorite stars.
We really wanted this so badly.
The 8th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. See it Sunday at 8 p.m. only on TNT.
Thank you, actors.
Back in Salt Lake City, let's take a look at TNT's original series, Witchblade.
The Witchblade has many powers, but only the person who wields it can truly know them all.
See the story of a woman who started out a warrior and became something more. Witchblade. Every Monday night at 9, only on TNT.
As we resume, Rick Fox is checked back in for the Lakers. Lakers in possession. Jazz up by 1. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the half. Nice pass down low, and O'Neal able to convert. Give Kobe Bryant an assist. Shaq with 14. Kobe with 16. The Lakers lead 40-39. Amici played for you in Cleveland. You see the steal, and then went on to Orlando. Lakers, you may recall, they were trying to sign Amici. And he turned down the offer to stay with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, anticipating that he was going to get a multi-year, big dollar contract from Orlando, and unfortunately what happened was, as John Stockton tries to bank one off the glass, we get the second shot after that time by Brian Russell. What happened was Amici had a disappointing season, not nearly as good as the previous year, which made everybody take notice of him, and then it put Orlando in a tough spot. You wind up committing that much money to somebody that maybe isn't as good as he looked the year before.
Utah back up by 1. Here's Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher had a good one last night in the win over New Jersey. 16 points in 27 minutes. Russell wide open for 3. Stockton able to keep it alive. Karl Malone not able to get into the offense in this first half, and not looking for the shot. He's missed his first 5. Defensive 3-second call on the Lakers, so an automatic technical foul.
We had a boxing match. There's like a count taking place there.
And John Stockton will shoot the technical. John Stockton, the NBA's all-time steals leader. In fact, already Utah has 7 steals in this first half. Coming up next, the AT&T halftime report with Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. Charles very much in the news today.
He's all over the place. Newspapers, magazines.
And he will talk about that Sports Illustrated cover story. It's coming up at halftime. Russell with the shot clock running down. Rebounded by Kirilenko, then knocked away. And last touch by Fox. Those long arms of Andre Kirilenko creating havoc for the Lakers.
You know what? He's the leading shot blocker on this team, Mark. With Ostertag on the team, Daniel Marshall on the team, Kirilenko is the leading shot blocker for them.
And has 2 in the first half. Malone. Russell try to stuff it. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in the half. Kobe going behind the back and then had it knocked away. Able to recover, and he's fouled. Bryant will go to the line.
Stockton was like a little gnat. He just stayed after Bryant the whole time. Stockton anticipating, almost gets a piece of it. Then Kobe thinks that maybe he's passed him there. There's the next deflection. There's Stockton again trying to reach in.
First foul committed by John Stockton. This a Laker team that started the season, you recall, at 16-1. Since that point, they've gone 26-16. They had that down period. And the Lakers, for some reason, have had difficulty with some of the lesser teams. They actually have lost 7 times to teams with poor records. That's since late December. Teams like Memphis and Golden State and Denver, Miami, Chicago twice. All beating the Lakers.
Here's the zone right now. Lakers in the zone defense.
Different set of problems for Utah, as we discussed earlier. 1-12 against the best in the West. Shot clock down to 7. Malone passing on the shot, although only 2 on the 24. And he's hearing it from the crowd. He has decided not to shoot because he has not had the touch.
We try to drop it off that time to John Amici, but the one thing is with Shaq standing in front of Amici, I doubt if he even saw the pass coming.
Malone's 4th turnover of this first half, down to 44 and 7/10 seconds. Timeout has been called. It's a 20-second timeout.
You know, last night we were up in Seattle, and Howard Schultz, the owner, and the owner of Starbucks, was very, very nice to us last night. But tonight, here in Utah, we have Larry Miller, the owner of Jazz. Maybe he'll come over with a couple cars tonight before. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, he only owns 38 dealerships.
Only you
I was just thinking
about that.
Just thinking out loud. You know, the 38 dealerships probably has a couple extra cars laying around.
Now, you accepted the package of Starbucks products from Howard Schultz. I did not, because it is a conflict of interest. You accepted it, and now you're looking for an automobile.
You need something to drink your Starbucks in.
I see. Kobe Bryant is hacked by Andrei Kirilenko. Why don't you just continue touring around the league, trying to get products from the owners of teams?
That's not right.
It's terrible.
What does Jerry Buss do? There he is. There's the owner of the Lakers, Jerry Buss. What would Jerry do with him?
Executive suite at Staples Center.
Okay. Someplace to drive the car and drink your coffee.
Czar, I think the games have caught up to you. Too many games, back to back.
I think we need a halftime.
You are wacky. Lakers lead 44-42. 35 seconds remaining in the half. Malone. He was looking for contact. He already has a technical foul. You can see the glare in the direction of Hugh Hollins.
Exactly. He wanted to say something, but Hugh Hollins is the official that had given him the earlier technical, so good decision to just let it ride.
Shot clock down to 5. Traveling violation called on Kobe Bryant, putting the move on the second-year man, Deshaun Stevenson, who has come on for the first time. Final seconds of the half. Down to 5. Malone is fouled. Fouled by Bryant. So Kobe collects his second. You get the idea as you look at Karl Malone. He's not a happy guy here in the first half. 0 for 7 from the field. Once again, he had that look in the direction of Hugh Hollins and stepped away. He is 4 for 4 from the line, and he does have 5 rebounds.
Yeah, but you know what? Going back to that game we mentioned earlier in the year when they played Portland and were down, 16, 18 points at the beginning of the game. Then when Malone and Stockton came back to start the second half, and they were out of it in the first half. The second unit was the one that brought them back in that game. Then Malone and Stockton went off and played 24 outstanding minutes of basketball to get that win in Portland that night. So he's got to keep himself around here, not get thrown out, so he can help this team in the second half.
The Lakers and Jazz tied at 44. Final seconds. Kobe Bryant looking to shed Stevenson. He does. He hits from way downtown. What a shot by Kobe Bryant to conclude the first half.
This really is, because he pump fakes to get Stevenson up in the air, lets him go by, and then you've got another hand coming at him, which is Karl Malone at 6'9", and he still makes the shot with the clock and the light going off. Kobe held in the floor. He loved it.
A sensational first half for Kobe Bryant, making his return following the 2-game suspension. 7 of 10 from the field, 8 for 8 from the line, 23 points. He scored the last 7 points for the Lakers. It's the Lakers 47, the Jazz 44 at the half. Now to our Atlanta studios, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley.
A dynamite finish to the first half there at the Delta Center as Kobe hits a jumper from about 40-something feet. Oh, you feeling it tonight, aren't you, Charles?
Tonight.
AT&T halftime report, by the way. That's Charles. It's Kenny. I'm EJ.
That's me.
And it's 47-44 on Shaq's 30th birthday.
Happy birthday, Shaq.
It's also Greg Ostertag's 29th birthday.
Who?
Greg Ostertag, and they're playing against each other.
He's still alive?
Well,
he ain't played in that.
I know, but you reckon they're going to go pal around
He's so
after
intimidated by Shaq. There's this
Walk
Shaq
around
clock
Salt Lake City tonight, celebrate their respective birthdays.
That's nice. He should take Shaq out tonight.
That would be
Ain't nothing
fun,
to do in Salt Lake until the weekend.
Exactly. 47-44. Any thoughts on the first half?
Well, Kobe Bryant is making a statement saying, you know what? Take me out 2 games. I'm going to punish everyone when I come back, because right now, one, he has his sea legs, so to speak. 2 days off give you sea legs, and you can just go a little bit stronger, a little bit harder. he right now is vying, I believe, for that MVP.
Yeah, he really impressed me, though, when he got that criticism from Phil Jackson the other day. He took it like a man. He didn't overreact. He said, hey, you know what? I apologize to my team. Phil Jackson is right, and that's it. You know, a lot of young guys, when you criticize them, they just go crazy. But I was really impressed with Kobe's reaction to Phil, because Phil coaches, man. He coaches his team. He criticizes Shaq. He criticizes Kobe. That's why he's the best coach in the game.
Kobe has 23, Shaq has 14. It's 47-44 Lakers over Utah. Been an interesting day for you today, Charles?
No.
With, Sports Illustrated coming out?
Yeah, I was really pumped about it. I know everybody has an opinion about it. You know, it's funny. Everybody read the entire article, and all they want to talk about is the thing I said about Augusta, which golf is by far and away the most richest sport in the world.
Hey, well, let's...
Number two, I took the photo shoot, the copy. Hey, that wasn't supposed to be on the cover, but it is. If you don't like it, so be it. The article is great. I talk about racism, which is my #1 priority in life. I want to help every black kid and every poor white kid in America get a chance to be successful. I'm not really concerned what all of y'all think. I know all you good old boys out there in America mad because I speak my mind. Hey, TNT, thank you for hiring me. When I told you when I came here, I was going to say what I thought. If people disagree, disagree. Black people get treated like crap in this country. White folks who don't have money get treated like crap. So listen, if you don't like it, don't watch. Okay, Ernie, let's talk about basketball now.
Well, let's talk about the cover first. What do you say?
It's good.
Well, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Because to me, the cover, I read the article. Now, the article, I understand it. That's the Charles Barkley that I see every single Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Outspoken, honest, brash, the one that we kind of look up to.
Why am I brash? Because I'm honest.
No, I said honest, brash. Brash meaning a good term, meaning that you will ruffle feathers. You don't mind.
Why do you have to
things.
ruffle feathers? Why can't we all have
Because
different opinions? See,
that's
I've
my
always
point.
hated when they use the word controversial or brash or outspoken.
I said
just
honest,
because, thank you. I'm always be honest. I'm not saying I'm right all the time, but I'm going to say what I think to be honest. Okay, go ahead.
However, to me, the cover perpetuates racism, a stereotype that you basically went at in the article.
No, not really, because first of all, that's what it is. Racism does exist. The article is funny. When all the black guys get together, me and all our friends, we talk about what a double standard is for blacks and whites. So that was actually one of the 3 or 4 most famous athletes in the world was supposed to take the picture. And I don't want to say chicken out, but he said, you know what, I can't take all the heat for it. I'm not going to do it. And I said, why are you worried about it? If they're good enough to put you on every commercial in the world, not Michael Jordan, not Tiger Woods, another prominent athlete, they said, if you're good enough to play basketball, be one of the 5 best players in the world, why can't you say and speak what you want to and say you're breaking away from this? He said, I don't want to take the heat. I said, you know what? If we're at a point in our society where a black man cannot say what he wants to and do what he wants to as long as it's not illegal, we have problems. And that's why I took the photo shoot. And I know some black people were going to be upset about it, but you will get over it because I don't live my life for you, the people, to like me or dislike me. I took the photo. I'm glad with the photo. I'm glad with the article. It's just amazing to me that the article is really good, and people only want to talk about the little blurb I said about Augusta. I will discuss the photo with anybody. I'm not going to talk about Augusta because my golf has to defend its racial lifelines. I don't have to say anything else. Golf has to impress me how they're making changes. Golf clubs that don't allow black people, Jewish people, and things like that, they suck. And that's not right, and that's not fair.
Well, see, Charles, like on the radio shows I was on today, the first question is, hey, what about Charles Barkley? What is all this about Augusta and about, I'm trying to think of blatant racism that you accuse. Yeah. But even Tiger Woods himself says the changes at Augusta aren't about that.
Well, you know what's interesting about that? Number one, that's my opinion. But if you read, you know, Hootie Johnson and Tiger have had a conversation, they say recently, about
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why they had that conversation if somebody else wasn't thinking this.
And what was Tiger's response?
No, I didn't talk to Tiger about the article, but I'm saying if they had to discuss it, that means it was in somebody else's mind. I mean, you think about that. Am I right, Kenny?
Well, I agree. Like I said, I agree totally that what is in that article is what I see every day in the green room and what I'm every day here, Wednesday, Thursday. And it is accurate. But to me, what they seem to me, they manipulated you in the sense that they would ask you to do a photo shoot that took the picture in which the picture, to me, doesn't represent Charles Barkley honest, outspoken, free speech. It says a slave mentality is broken, and he's able to speak what he wants. That's not Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley Charles Barkley sits here in a suit, and he is not. He doesn't have a slave mentality. He's not the N-word. He is not that.
See, that is the problem.
That's my recollection. To me,
that is part of the problem, because America assumes that black people are black athletes. Black athletes are really rich. Black people are really struggling. See, people are not able to separate the two. And every time a black person gets on television and talks about racism, it's some black person who's famous, who has a lot of money, and people are mad at him because he's made it. But you know what? It ain't just about me making it. And black athletes are not black America. Black people are really struggling. And it's not black or white either. White people who don't have money are struggling also. I mean, it's like one group here and two groups up under. And I know, hey, everybody's not gonna like the picture, but you will get over it.
And last point then.
Sure.
One of the last points. Because like I said, everything about, let's not get it twisted, about that article, the article itself, I have no problem whatsoever. But what it disturbs me is the fact that there was a meeting, and Sports Illustrated should be accountable for this, because there was a meeting where 6 or 7 people sat up there and said, you know what, I think this would be a good idea if Charles Barkley would look like a slave,
no,
be taken.
That's not how it happened.
But I'm just saying.
That's not how it happened.
And
First of all,
wait, let me finish though, and then you can respond. Look like a slave, and we would unchain him, and then being unchained, this will represent his free speech. And to me, that is a disturbing conversation that it went through all of the channels and all of the people in Sports Illustrated, and no one found it to say, you know what, it's not really appropriate for what the article was about. Charles Barkley has never been chained. He's always been free speech. So there is no saying that he's been a chained person, because he's always spoke his mind.
Like that you're finally getting your chance to speak your mind. You always have done this.
So it's not an unchaining of
Kenny,
Charles
do you
Barkley.
admit when black guys get together, we say privately there's a double standard?
But you say it publicly.
Hold on, answer my question.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay, so I felt like, okay, why is it that when we always get together privately, we talk about what we can and cannot say? I'm one of the few guys who will say whatever I feel, but all the other black guys will say, you know what, I'm not gonna say this, I cannot take the heat. So when I took the picture, I thought about it for 4 days, called my friends, and number one, all my friends were against this picture. All my friends were against the picture, because they gave me their opinion, but I figured I talked to my boss here at TNT and explained to him, I said, I know it's gonna be controversial, but at least people will, as long as people talk about it, I'm gonna get to say what I'm trying to say. That's why I took the picture, to be honest with you, because I know black folks and white folks all over the country are going like, oh my God. Well, you know what? You are listening to me right now. You're gonna read the article, and that's my point. And hey, you know what? Like I say, I'm not worried about who people like the picture or dislike the picture, because I can't please everybody. I cannot please everybody. But you know what? When I look in the mirror, I'm happy with me.
True. But it also, Charles, I think we all have to realize that we could say and do what we want, but we also have to take the feelings and the sensitivities of what slavery is, and there's a lot of other religions and races that have had horrific things done to them.
And they should speak up.
But would not want a picture to simplify.
It doesn't simplify
an unchaining of what you're saying.
Well, I understand your point, and I respect it, but you can't run my life, and that's the way it is.
And the last thing, instead of being, it wasn't really like you didn't look like Amistad. You maybe looked a little fat on that picture. He wasn't in shape, so I was a little mad.
He caught me at a bad angle. If you catch me from the front, you can see a little six-pack working there.
But we still love you, though. But
we do.
I was disturbed.
Okay, good.
Back
But
with
you read
more,
the article.
we think, of the AT&T halftime report. We did
I'm in
read
it. That's why I read
as
it.
a matter of fact, Chuck.
I'm ready because I'm in it.
The AT&T Halftime Report is brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Really know what's out there?
Your doctor does.
Talk to your doctor about Clarinex.
Tina?
Hi, you must be Todd.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to keep the mileage down on this car, so I drive it backwards 4 days a week.
Need a motor oil for a high-mileage car? We developed one. Pennzoil high-mileage vehicle restores the performance of older engines.
Come to AutoZone for special savings on Pennzoil's new high-mileage vehicle motor oil.
America Online makes it easy to do more. Like at AOL Keyword eBay, where you can get the hottest new things. You can buy brand new golf clubs to cruise the links in style. Buy a brand new handbag that holds everything. Or the latest PC to connect you to the world. Get great deals on millions of new items. You can bid or save time and buy it now. Get brand new anything you want, anytime you want. At eBay on America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-
The AT&T Halftime Report has been brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
See The Client, Friday night at 8 on TNT. During robbery. But the real crime was putting them on the case.
Uh-oh. What happened? I dropped your gun. I can kick your ass.
On about the Benjamins.
I'm the boss.
Rated R. Starts Friday.
Oh, baby. Is that you? Baby, you've changed.
Nestle introduces the best tasting Baby Ruth ever with a tastier, softer center. America's baby just got better.
Our nation has suffered a horrific tragedy perpetrated by a band of evil people. Many law-abiding, peaceful Arab and Muslim Americans resemble them in appearance. If we vent our anger toward them just because of how they look, we are actually attacking individual freedom, a founding principle of this great nation. We must avoid ethnic stereotyping as we stand behind our president to preserve our cherished freedoms.
We will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail.
The time is right. Your window of opportunity is here on the high-performance 2002 Lincoln LS. Named a best pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Experience the rush everyone's writing about. Lease LS with 0 down, 0 first month's payment, 0 security deposit, and 0 cash due at signing for just $4.99 a month. Plus, every Lincoln comes with complimentary maintenance. See your Metro Detroit Lincoln dealer today.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
I'm the point guard for the Mystics.
Where will the next great idea come from? The next trend? The next cure? More than likely, it will come from a small business. Because small business is about innovation, we created one for them. Open, the Small Business Network. New tools, services, and savings for a small business economy from American Express.
All right, whichever one of you guys picked that Vandertech stock, thank you for the new boat I bought this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Rick, was that you?
No, it wasn't me. Maybe it's Kowalski.
No, it was Fisher. Fish Nips.
What?
Good call on that Vandertech stock.
Did I pick that one? Come on, Vic. What do you got? Vandertech, Schmandertech.
The new E-Trade. More of what you need to stay ahead in today's economy. E-Trade Financial.
Heist, coming Tuesday on video and DVD. Be careful who you con.
I hate to do anything as dramatic as count to 3, but 1, 2, 3.
Heist, so many twists you'll need to see it more than once.
Now you can experience the entire world of Steven Spielberg's AI on DVD with hours of never-before-seen footage that shows you why the New York Times calls this the year's best film. Artificial Intelligence. Own the DVD today.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love.
Exclusively from Chrysler, our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge, because love is a commitment.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
From about 40 feet away to end the first half. What a dramatic return from the 2-game suspension for Kobe.
Well, he must have been practicing real hard for those 2 games that he was missing, because he certainly came out and exploded. It was something that Phil Jackson mentioned to us prior to the game, that he thought Kobe would really come out and try and play strong during those opening minutes. And let's face it, Kobe and Shaq combined have outscored the starters for the Jazz 37-29. Those 2 guys alone outscoring the whole starting unit, shooting 50% as a team during that first half.
And you see the numbers in that first half. Kobe scored the last 7 points of the second quarter for the Lakers, 11 of the last 12 first quarter points, leading the way with 23. Shaq has 14. John Stockton got off to the fast start, hit his first 5 shots. High man for Utah with 11. Karl Malone 0 for 7 in the first half, and Stockton again. So the Lakers now lead by 1. Marv Albert with Azar, Mike Fratello, Craig Sager from Salt Lake City, Utah. Lakers and the Jazz playing for the 3rd time this season. The Lakers won the previous 2. Coming into tonight, Lakers tied with Sacramento for best record in the NBA. Both a half game in front of the Dallas Mavericks. Russell's pass too strong for Malone.
Another turnover for Utah. You can see Utah shooting just 39%, so the Laker defense got after them a little bit there. Rebounds pretty close, and thank goodness for that bench for Utah. They've outscored the Laker bench 15-4 in that first half.
Yes, the second unit did a nice job for Jerry Sloan of the Utah Jazz. Shot clock down to 5. 3-second violation call. And we'll check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, although Kobe Bryant had the hot hand of the first half, including that half-court buzzer beater you're talking about just before intermission, he ran into the locker room where he had his left hand treated by Gary Vitti, the trainer. Apparently, during that situation with John Stockton, when he was fouled going for a loose ball, he had his left thumb bent back. It is a slight sprain is what we hear right now, and he had it taped at halftime.
All right, thanks, Craig. Karl Malone is now 0 for 8 from the field. Bryant able to ride off Malone. Rick Fox has not been himself here tonight, playing with a knee contusion. Has not been looking for shots. And last touch, well, foul is called on O'Neal, reaching in, his second personal.
It was almost like he just decided he was going to crush Okay, crushed the rookie underneath him. He just kind of jumped late, came down on top of him. Just let him know that he is a presence out there in case he hasn't realized it yet.
Aaron Collins up front with Karl Malone. Andrei Kirilenko, wide open shot again for Collins. A number of easy opportunities. Collins out of the perimeter, and Shaq has not been going out to greet him. 8 points for Collins. Miscommunication leading to the turnover.
You'll see that Shaq will back off and make you prove that you can make that jump shot. And Shaq halfway down the lane line there. Collins just steps out. Stockton makes Shaq come to play him by dribbling it at him, and then it's just a matter of stepping into the open pocket and knocking down the shot.
Aaron Collins, second-round draft pick out of Stanford. His twin brother, Jason, a #1 pick on Houston, then went over to the Nets in that big deal. 10 points for Collins. Shaq facing twin brother Jason last night as Lakers knocked off the New Jersey Nets at Staples in LA. Bryant forcing. Shaq is right there. Once again, those long arms of Andrei Kirilenko affecting a shot.
Yeah, but you see the change. They've got Kirilenko playing against Bryant now, not Brian Russell. So it's a little more size, and he's athletic enough to stay with Kobe. Really challenged.
Oh, beautiful pass from Kirilenko, and that is the first field goal for Karl Malone.
And Malone looked up at the sky and said, thank goodness I finally got a basket.
0 for his previous 8. Utah's taken a 3-point lead, and Phil Jackson wants to talk it over. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. We'll be back to the Delta Center in a moment.
My baby loves me. She gets me feeling so fine. When she loves me, she makes me know that she's mine. And when she kisses, I feel the fire get hot. She never misses. She gives it
The cars from Chrysler. So distinct. They have an attraction all their own. Exclusively from Chrysler. Our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge, because love is a commitment.
Clarinet lessons, $30 an hour. More clarinet lessons, $30 an hour. Knowing there's always the tambourine, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For music lessons, there's MasterCard.
Cube.
Well, then just shoot out the back tire.
Apps.
Who you think I am, Mel Gibson?
Money brought them together. Millions can't make them friends.
I'm getting earrings like Allen Iverson, fool. Put them back.
All about the Benjamins. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Each year, the NBA and its players connect with youth in their communities to show the importance of reading.
I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Ring! It was the bone phone.
And through laughter, joy, and an open heart, their message is clear.
Whose eyes are these? I can't trick you guys.
You can achieve whatever you believe. So join the NBA, grab a book, and help a child read to achieve.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Chrysler, drive equals love.
Well, Utah has come out and hit 4 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. 2 of those buckets by Jarron Collins, and Shaquille O'Neal has seen quite a bit of the Collins family these past 24 hours. Facing Jason of the Nets last night, along with a number of other guys defending or trying to defend against Shaquille. And Robert Horry is tied up, so they'll jump it up.
Horry starts the reverse dribble, thinks that perhaps he's going to be able to split both guys, and almost looks like he runs into a brick wall there as he lands on his back. Left-hand dribble gives you problems sometimes.
Robert Horry with the decisive height advantage on this jump against John Stockton.
And he will try to drop it right between Kobe and Lindsey Hunter. That's the cup. He's got the advantage. Lindsey and Kobe, their job to block out the Jazz, who will try and steal the tip.
Bryant able to control. Devin George up front with Robert Horry and Shaquille O'Neal, Lindsey Hunter, Kobe Bryant on the backcourt. Shot clock down to 2. George for 3. Devin George from way downtown. The game is tied at 52. And a blocking foul on Hunter. Lindsey Hunter's had a difficult time defending on John Stockton.
A lot of guys have had a difficult time guarding him.
And Lindsey Hunter's a good defensive player, has the long arms. Stockton at his best with that pump fake. Now Stockton gets the pick and able to hit. Stockton with 15 points, 7 of 9 from the field.
Stockton felt that he was grabbed by the defensive player on his left wrist, lost his balance, but still had concentration enough to get the shot in.
Shaq getting down deep. Well, that's what the Jazz would like to prevent. When he gets in that close, there is no way that he can be stopped. And Shaquille also thought he was fouled. He's now hit his last 7 shots. Game is tied at 54. Kirilenko over Bryant. Played well by Bryant. And the ball back to the Lakers.
I'm not sure that Kirilenko really wanted to shoot that one. He kind of got up in the air and predetermined what he thought he was going to do, and then got there and said, I really wish I didn't make this decision.
Lakers with 3 straight wins, 7 out of the last 8. Now at 42 and 17. Once again, Shaq getting way down low. I mean, there's just no way when he gets that position. He has 20 points. He's hit his last 8 from the field.
You saw John Stockton, Mark, just missed the steal. Stockton's like a free agent out there who can go anywhere he wants, roam around, and try and make steals on the big guys.
Russell set up nicely by Stockton. So the Lakers in possession. They lead by 2. 5 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Bryant backing Kirilenko. And a 3-second call against the Lakers.
Devin George saying, come on, guys, get out of the lane. I'm making some shots right now.
Robert Horry discussing it with the rookie official, Pat Frere. The Jazz playing game 4 of a 5-game homestand. They'll be back here Friday night to go up against the New York Knicks. Hunter called for the reach-in foul.
So it's very difficult to guard. Lindsey Hunter feeling a little frustrated. It's tough to guard Stockton because he takes that free arm, the left arm, and moves it out. But he moves it out in such a way that he doesn't throw it out at you. He kind of gradually moves you away from him. And if it was more severe, his movement, it'd be called an offensive foul. But he's perfected the technique, and by getting it out there that way, he gets the benefit of the doubt.
And picks up a foul call again against the Lakers. That's 3 on Horry. Hunter also has 3. The Lakers very quickly in foul difficulty. That's their 4th team foul with 6:20 remaining in the third. Malone with the shot clock running down. It's amazing how sometimes a layup can get you going with the outside shot.
It really can, and that can put you on a little bit of a roll right there, because that was not an easy shot. He was falling backwards off of 1 foot and just kind of got it up there with about 2 seconds left on the 24-second clock.
Here's Kobe Bryant, rejected and fouled. That hit on the arm by Kirilenko.
Jerry Sloan is halfway in the locker room right now. He's so upset. Come on back out here, coach this team. The official's saying that he got him on the elbow. Kirilenko goes up late, and to me, that looks like a pretty good block from there, because he had Kobe fading back, falling down, and was right on top of it.
Bryant 9 for 9 at the line. Now the Lakers have a 1-point lead. Lakers 58, the Jazz 56. Crowd still upset about that call on Karolinko. Stockton hit the deck. And Hugh Hollins, the outside official, calling a holding foul on the Lakers. It's number 4 on Hunter. So a decision for Phil Jackson. He has Derek Fisher on the bench. Brian Shaw yet to play. We mentioned earlier, hurt his right shooting arm running into a pick last night against the Nets. John Stockton with 16 points.
And Marv, it's general consensus that when you come to play against Karl Malone on game night, you better have your armor on. But John Stockton beats up a lot of point guards. You take a pounding because he'll run into you, he'll run over you, set screens on the opponent's big people. He is a tough, hard-nosed guy.
Game tied at 58, 5.5 remaining in the third. O'Neal tried to get it down low to Horry, but it was broken up. Stockton accelerates. Russell. Rebound Karolinko, and he is fouled. Foul committed by Horry. That's 4 on Horry.
When Stockton penetrates, you're going to see Karl Malone fly out of there after the initial shot. And initially, right there, Malone is about to yell at the official and realizes that it's his teammate who actually shoved him in the back and wound up getting the offensive rebound.
Karolinko, a 75% free throw shooter, member of the Russian Olympic team in Sydney. Actually drafted back in 1999, but continued playing in Europe last year. He's only 20 years old. Very impressive in the Rocky Mountain Review Summer League. And Utah has been just delighted with his plays in the starting lineup for the Utah Jazz. Hunter with a nice feed. Horry. And the game is tied at 60. Phil Jackson staying with Lindsey Hunter, playing with 4 fouls. Robert Horry now has 4. Stockton saw the opening.
Maybe missed the easiest shot of the night right there for him thus far. But you got Shaq on your left-hand side. It may have bothered some people.
Bryant is bottled up. And it will be Utah ball. Deflected out by Kobe. For the Lakers, their 19th turnover. We're approaching 4 minutes remaining in the third. And the foul is called as Malone was setting up the pick and roll. That's 5 on Lindsey Hunter. So Phil Jackson staying with Hunter, and Lindsey has had his hands full with John Stockton, who heads back to the foul line. Stockton is 3 for 3 from the line.
When you play against Stockton, you better be prepared to play defense against a lot of pick and rolls during the course of the game.
For more on John Stockton, let's go to Craig.
Well, this is John Stockton's 1,400th game. As you mentioned, he'll turn 40 later this month. A lot of speculation that this, his 18th season, would be his last. But that sentiment has changed in recent weeks. He's in the top 10 rather, in 4 categories: steals, assists, field goal percentage, free throw percentage. I talked to his wife, Nada, tonight. She grew up with 7 brothers. They have 6 children. They come to the games every night. They say they're enjoying this season as much as any season they've had. And John Stockton's very energized to play another year.
Well, John Stockton in his 18th NBA season out of Gonzaga. And as we discussed earlier, will celebrate his 40th birthday on March the 26th.
John's wife, stands. She was out actually shooting a couple jumpers, okay, from the corner with their younger daughter before the game.
You charting her efficiency?
She was 1 for 3.
Shot clock down to 6. And as Kirilenko makes his move, a foul on George. Lakers over the limit. They were over the limit early. That'll put Kirilenko back at the line. Foul on Bryant, not George, so that's 3 on Kobe.
Mark, at halftime for Utah, they were shooting just 39% as a team. And one thing that has hurt this Utah team this year are the rule changes. Last year, they were #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage. It's always been assumed
now the official, Pat Frere, blowing the whistle and indicating a technical foul. It's on Robert Horry.
And that goes back to when Horry scored that driving layup before. He felt he was hit by Karl Malone and had something to say to the officials on the way down the floor. But going back to the Utah field goal percentage, people have always assumed that Utah is an excellent shooting team. Their best shooter they've had, besides Stockton, was Jeff Hornacek a couple years ago. That was their perimeter guy. They get their field goals on easy baskets. And that was because they played to the old rules. Now the rules have changed, where basically any defense is allowed, and it's hurt their easy baskets.
And the foul is called. That's 3 on Russell. Derek Fisher has come on for Lindsey Hunter, who a moment ago collected his 5th foul. So Shaq back to the line, 2 of 4 at the line. He was shooting efficiently from the foul line for a while. But that 8 for 20 last night. Struggling here tonight. Bill Jackson told us earlier he's out of rhythm recently. He's 54% on the season from the free throw line.
Wasn't there a stretch that we did one of their games? We actually gone over 70% there for a while.
Up until the last couple of games, he was about 72% at the line. Shaquille still playing through the pain of that arthritic big toe after spending 5 games on the injured list. Utah with a 4-point lead, 3:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. Rusty LaRue back on the floor. He has replaced John Stockton. This is Collins with the step. Good recovery by O'Neal. LaRue trapped. Kirilenko on the recovery.
Talk about a prayer. Well, he got it answered.
10-2 run by the Jazz, and they lead by 6. Nice exchange. Yes, and it counts.
Great basketball that time. Just a basketball play. It was a give and go. As soon as Shaq gave it back to Kobe, Shaq's man jumped out to stop Kobe. Kobe gave it right back to Shaq again. Beautiful basketball here. Passing the ball. Give and go. Get it back. Give it right back to the big man once his guy steps out.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Chrysler 300M, the most powerful V6 sports sedan in its class. With its seductive styling and inspired engineering, it is truly a pleasure to drive. Even when that sort of thing is strictly forbidden.
Samuel, is that you?
Yes, it is I.
Exclusively from Chrysler, our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge, because love is a commitment.
Heist, coming Tuesday on video and DVD. The plan.
Anybody can get the goods. The hard part's getting away.
The bait.
She could talk her way out of a sunburn.
The con.
Everybody needs money. That's why they call it money.
Heist. So many twists, you'll need to see it more than once.
If someone wrote a book about your life, would anyone want to read it? Navy, accelerate your life.
Just a place to call your own. The sweet dream.
Find your perfect beach. Beach Week. All this week starting at 8. Only on the Travel Channel.
Now, Clyde's has it all. Great deals on carpet and free installation. Right now at Clyde's, choose any carpet. They're all on sale, and Clyde's will install them free. Clyde's Carpet has all the brand names you know and trust. Plus, credit's free. You do not pay for 6 full months. No interest, no payments. Now, only at Clyde's, every carpet's on sale and installation's free with every one. Save on one room or your entire home. Hurry, Clyde's incredible free installation sale ends Saturday night. Get to Clyde's now.
Utah with a 66-62 lead over the Los Angeles Lakers. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and Shaquille O'Neal with an outstanding ball game, 22 points in all.
And maybe the idea of using the backboard might help if he gets underneath it too far. When he gets this close, there's no way you're going to stop him. When he puts it down a dribble, somebody from Utah's got to get there to try and get a piece of that ball, deflect it before he goes up.
Shaq celebrating his 30th birthday today. Had an early celebration yesterday with the 40-point, 12-rebound game against the Nets. That concluded the 3-game homestand for the Lakers, who led by as many as 18 in the third quarter, then held off a late run by the Nets. So Shaq back to the line, just 2 of 6 at the free throw strike. Kevin George with the hustle, not able to convert, kept alive though by Derek Fisher.
Well, I don't know how many more years he's going to be able to play. He's 30 now.
Shaq talking about early retirement. Become a sheriff. I don't know if that's Shaq talk. Apparently a balloon tossed.
Gary,
I wish you'd just hold on to those items rather than.
Gary Vitti, the trainer of the Lakers, Shaq working on his future arrest technique. Every once in a while, will come up behind Vitti.
That's,
you know, grab him, put the arm up behind him, just working on the technique of how he's going to, in case he has to use the handcuffs on him.
I know Gary's very excited every time that occurs. Kobe Bryant with a series of fakes and forced into a difficult shot by Andre Kirilenko. Rusty LaRue, who has been the backup point of the absence of the injured John Crotty. Rusty LaRue, a standout all-around athlete at Wake Forest. Collins with a rare miss, rebounded by O'Neal. What a spectacular athletic career. Football, basketball, baseball, an excellent quarterback at Wake Forest. Here's Bryant for O'Neal. Oh, Kirilenko with the rejection. That's his third block.
Shaq exposed just enough of the basketball. He's so long and can jump so well that he got a piece of it.
Oh, Madsen submarine Malone. So Karl Malone will go to the line with the Lakers over the limit.
Kirilenko guesses where the ball's going to be, extends all the way when Shaq goes to finish, and Shaq shows just enough ball right there that he gets a piece of it to force Shaq to lose control.
Malone is 7 for 7 at the line. Utah 20 of 22 at the free throw line. 12 points from Malone, only 2 of 10 from the field. Utah 68. Los Angeles Lakers 62 with a minute and a half remaining in the third. And Bryant kicks it out of bounds.
Kobe anticipating that the man setting the screen, his defender was going to jump out, wanted to split him. He couldn't quite get the ball there in time, and as it came through, it actually went out of bounds off his leg or foot.
Kirilenko with the step. Andre Kirilenko with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocked shots, The Jazz with a 14-4 run, and they now lead by 8. It's their biggest lead of the night. Another Laker turnover. That's 20 turnovers committed by the Lakers.
The Lakers only average, Mark, just under 12 and a half a game, which is second best in the NBA. I mean, they're number 2, and Utah's number 28 in the league as far as turnovers go. So this is not the norm for the Lakers.
Kobe Bryant with the good play. Bryant. That time he threw the head fake at Kirilenko. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the third. A 7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Very low percentage pass attempted by Marshall.
Well, since they've put Kirilenko on Kobe in the third quarter, 0 for 4 for Kobe.
Final seconds of the quarter. Derek Fisher rejected. Kirilenko with the shot trying to beat the buzzer. And Andre Kirilenko is hearing it from this sellout crowd at the Delta Center. A catalyst in the Jazz run. We head to the fourth quarter. Utah with a 70-62 lead.
I told him to be realistic.
I told him to apply himself.
Man, I told him you're working too hard. I told him to take economics. You know, something practical.
I told him to get his head out of the clouds.
That's what I told him.
Did he listen to me? No.
In one ear and out the other.
Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
He had a real knack for science. He could have been an oceanographer.
Come on!
Today, when a small business decides to expand, they're not just thinking about across the street. Because small business is about finding new ways to grow. We've created a new way to help. Open, the Small Business Network. New tools, services, and savings for a small business economy. From American Express.
People want to win. Well, you don't get there with milk and cookies.
On Sunday, March 10th.
I've never had a team play scared. What the hell are you scared of?
The first original motion picture from ESPN.
I had to sit around for a year with a losing record? I'm not going to let you people do that to me.
Brian Dennehy is Bobby Knight.
Don't you kids get it? Playing my game is what got you here.
A season on the brink. Premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Pooh, where are the Butterfingers?
Sold out, but try my other 350 candy varieties.
I need a crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
I'll give you 4 fingers.
Ah! Nothing like a Butterfinger.
From Nestle.
Betterfinger.
This Friday, strap in, hold on tight, and brace yourself for the greatest adventure through all time.
Chemical salts I don't like.
The Time Machine, rated PG-13, starts this Friday.
Yeah, well, Budget has all these cool cars.
Explorers, Mustang convertibles.
And the fully loaded Ranger for only $19.99 at budget.com.
How can we let everyone know about that? We'll send out a chain letter.
$19.99. Send this letter to 7 friends or it's bad luck.
Let's forget the chain letter. Yeah.
The Ranger for only $19.99
that's
is
a great idea.
That's
an excellent. Nobody's got a budget.com.
Back in Salt Lake City, a look at tonight's budget runner car fast break.
Well, the fast break points are even, but the key right here is Lakers, who average just 12-plus turnovers per game. Look at what the 20 have done. They've given Utah 28 points off of turnovers.
And Czar, just a moment ago, Olympic gold medalist Tristan Gale participating with the Utah Jazz mascot, the Bear, one of his nightly skits. Here she is, the 18-year-old, 2002 Olympic gold medalist, member of the skeleton national team for 4 years, the youngest member selected on the Olympic team. doing the honors here to get this fourth quarter underway.
I would have enjoyed seeing Utah that.
You would have enjoyed it. It would not happen, though. Slava Medvedenko's on the floor for the first time. Rick Fox is back. Medvedenko putting the move on Collins. Shot clock down to 3. Bryant has to force, and it's a 24-second violation. And Kobe now 0 for 5 since he has been guarded by Karolinko.
Yeah, he's quick enough, agile enough to stay with Kobe, long enough to challenge his shots.
Phil Jackson providing a rest for Shaquille O'Neal, so he has Medvedenko up front with Matson and Fox, Fisher, and Bryant in the backcourt. And looks like Phil's going to go deeper into the bench. Jelani McCoy getting set to check in. Scott Padgett has come on for Utah. He is up front with Marshall and Malone. LaRue and Karolinko at the guards. A little pressure on LaRue and a foul on Fisher. Fisher thought he was bumped by the screener, Padgett.
Fisher trying to get up and put some extra pressure on LaRue in the backcourt, and Padgett just set a screen there trying to free him up. As long as he doesn't move. Fisher right there with the arm and the foul. The official saw that right arm come around and hit him. There's the foul.
And now McCoy has checked in. 4-year man from UCLA, signed as a free agent by the Lakers, has not been getting much playing time. LaRue draws the foul. He's been a very popular player here in Salt Lake City. Fisher on the foul. Rusty LaRue actually played in Russia last year, a teammate of Andre Karolinko. Spent the last 3 years with the previous 3 years with the Chicago Bulls, including the 1998 championship team that beat Utah, though did not see much action with Chicago.
Well, thank goodness Karolinko's here, because now LaRue has somebody to hang out with. Right. Talk about old movies they used to go to, restaurants, things like that.
Utah has its biggest lead. Lakers have not been able to do much these last 6 minutes. Only 2 points over the last 5:45. Here's Fox. Bryant with the rebound, and he draws the foul.
Kobe understands right now, you can see it. He realizes that he's going to have to really work to get scores, to get points on the board right now, because Karolinko has given him a tough time in the second half.
In the 2 previous games between the Lakers and the Jazz, Kobe had 39 and 38 points. Got off to the quick start in the first half.
Well, the officials had a discussion. I think it was to decide whether or not Kobe was in the act of shooting, or should they give it to him on the side out. Initially, Kobe was at the foul line. They have changed it now. Lakers will take it out on the side.
Bryant facing the double, and McCoy is there on the follow. Kobe Bryant continues to struggle against the very long Andre Karolinko. Minute 20 gone by on the fourth. Marshall with 5 on the shot clock. And the foul is called on Danielle Marshall. And Kobe Bryant at 23 points at halftime. Since then, just 2 points. That has been it.
Kobe may have to use the offense a little bit more to wind up getting himself some open looks, rather than be able to create shots one-on-one on his own. Use the offense to help get you free, because Karolinko's giving him a difficult time because of his size and athleticism.
Kobe off the fake, 0 for 7 in the second half.
See, there you saw him rush it because he did not want Karolinko to elevate and challenge the shot.
Malone through the contact, the foul committed by Matson. Karl Malone spending much time at the line. He's 9 for 9. Karl Malone, two-time most valuable player. Second on the all-time NBA scoring list. Last year, he passed by Wilt Chamberlain, trailing only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the question is, how many more years will Karl Malone play? At 38, going on 39. LaRue hears it from the crowd as he takes a seat. Stockton is back on the floor.
There is some feeling that Malone will stay long enough to become the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. He is within reach. It'll probably take him three more seasons to get there.
3 major seasons. $30,000 points behind Kareem. The Utah ball. I should say 5,700 points. Misread my. I'm trying to figure out. Wait a second.
I knew you didn't mean
30,000 points. Karl has scored better than 30,000 points.
I knew what you meant.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
If I would have said something, then you'd have been upset with me. I would have never done it.
Defensive 3-second call. Technical foul awarded Utah. Second defensive 3-second call against the Lakers. So John Stockton will shoot the tee.
Anticipating giving a little help in the lane. Kobe Bryant gets caught down in that 3-second lane. That's who it's called against.
Utah with a 75-64 lead. 2.5 gone by in the fourth. Malone posting up, and a 3-second call. So the ball back to the Lakers. Lakers now go with Fisher and Bryant in the backcourt. McCoy, Fox, Matson up front. They're swarming all over Kobe Bryant. Bad pass, Malone is on it. Fox tried to hold him, could not commit the foul. Fox thought that he did enough physically to get the foul call to stop the breakaway.
You see the Lakers' spirit right now being broken by the Jazz. The Jazz coming on even stronger. They're trapping. They're more aggressive right now, forcing more turnovers, and in turn producing easy scores.
Foul on Malone. That is his third. Let's take another look at Rick Fox trying to commit the foul.
It's a breakaway express train right there.
A 17-4 run by Utah. The Lakers take a timeout.
NBA Street. EA Sports. Big. Rated E for everyone.
See the only award show where the biggest stars of film and television honor their favorite stars.
We really wanted this so badly.
The 8th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. See it Sunday at 8 p.m. only on TNT.
Thank you, actors.
The Michigan Golf Show, sponsored by Image Business Solutions, at the Novi Expo Center all this weekend, with new hands-on fun like the Budweiser $25,000 hole-in-one chipping challenge, or test the newest and hottest clubs at the Boyne Country Sports 2002 demo area, and get free pro instruction by Boyne Resorts. The Michigan Golf Show, with dozens of contests, hundreds of prizes, free junior clinics, and kids 14 and under free. Once a year, unbelievable discounts on all equipment and apparel. The Michigan Golf Show, all this weekend at the Novi Expo Center. Brought to you by WXYZ Channel 7 Detroit News, TWMichigan.com, and Bob Sellers Pontiac GMC.
The time is right. Your window of opportunity is here on the high-performance 2002 Lincoln LS. Named a best pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Experience the rush everyone's writing about. Lease LS with 0 down, 0 first month's payment, 0 security deposit, and 0 cash due at signing for just $4.99 a month. Plus, every Lincoln comes with complimentary maintenance. See your Metro Detroit Lincoln dealer today.
NBA to me is life.
Different personalities.
Dream fulfilling, blood, sweat, and tears.
It's by far the best sport in America.
Well, tomorrow night, right here on TNT, Raptors and the Mavericks. Coverage beginning at a special time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Raptors have lost 12, count them, 12 in a row. And Dallas at 42-18, just a half game behind the Lakers and the Kings. Shaquille O'Neal back on the floor. Derek Fisher for 3. Robert Horry able to keep it alive. Here's Fisher again from downtown. 10-point Jazz lead. Lakers had hit one of their previous 13 before that shot by Fisher. 8:20 remaining. And the fourth, Marv Albert with the czar, Mike Fratello, Craig Sager from the Delta Center, and a foul on Stockton.
Fisher does a good job of trying to stay in front, gets that foot down, and the contact, questionable whether he was there in time, and Stockton, afterwards, we saw him walk over to the official and just try to help him out in case it happens again in the future.
Only the second personal on John Stockton. Fisher riding off Stockton, going glass. Derek Fisher catching fire, had the good one last night against New Jersey, 16 points in 27 minutes. Utah 77. The Los Angeles Lakers 69. Here's Danielle Marshall with the facial. It counts. And the fouls on Fox.
And actually, it was a happenstance situation because Marshall was trying to pop out and Fox was guarding him, and he started to go back door just at the right time, and he was there to get the backdoor pass from Karl Malone, who loves the fact that move it out the ball, I'll get it to you, and then finish it off. He likes that.
Once again, the Lakers in foul trouble. That's their 4th team foul. 3-point play for Marshall. Jazz with an 11-point lead. Fox getting the step and a pushing foul on Utah.
You know, Marv, you mentioned earlier that Utah has been in this situation where they have been even or up a couple points against the 5 best teams in the Western Conference before, but they're just 1-12. And the problem has been down the stretch. They said they can't get the big stops, the defensive stops when they need them. And then offensively, they don't execute to wind up making the shots, the big shots that they have to make.
Rick Fox has been off. 1 of 5 from the field, coming off the 1 of 8 last night. Pass intended for Marshall, hit from behind. Foul on Fox, that's number 4.
Karl Malone knows that they're fronting in the post, so you see his hands out. He wants the ball. He's pointing. Give it to me. I can lob it over the top. Stockton wanted to run something else, so Stockton tried to wave him off, and then Malone and Stockton just walk over, talk to each other, explain what each had in mind, and move on from there. They've played together long enough to understand.
Danielle Marshall back to the line. Danielle in his 5th game, back from injury, sat out about a month, missed 19 games in all with a hip and full groin problem. Utah by 13 with 5 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. Marshall very active, getting a piece of it. Fox for O'Neal. Shaq and Kobe have been very quiet in this 4th quarter. The Jazz with an 82-71 lead. And Derek Fisher took a shot in the chin as Malone was wheeling that ball.
Lucky it was the ball that hit him in the chin and not an elbow.
Here's Fox. Hard driving move by Rick Fox. So the Lakers now trail by 9.
Yeah, Rick Fox is fighting through the pain right now. He is laboring, struggling, but he's very competitive. He's hanging in there. Big score that time.
Rick Fox hurting his knee last night in the game against the Nets. Russell. Horry with the rebound. 2-on-1. Fisher with George. Good recovery by Stockton. Fisher for 3. Yes! Derek Fisher with a couple of threes and a 2 here in the fourth quarter has brought the Lakers back with just under 6 to go. In the fourth, 7-0 run for Los Angeles. The Jazz lead is cut to 6.
Out here, your boss doesn't own you. Your bank doesn't own you. Out here, nobody owns you but you. Head for the mountains and push. On March 22nd, only he can meet his old enemies.
They're no longer top of the food chain.
Our forces are ready to fight.
You've been taking orders from me.
To fight a new breed of terror.
Daywalker.
Wesley Snipes.
Do not know who you are. Messing with!
Blade 2. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 22nd.
You know every story, every wound. You'll learn.
See Oscar winners Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon in Stepmom. Saturday night at 8. One of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
I am Jackie Stiles. Well, I truly believe I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for growing up in Claflin, Kansas. The best way to describe me is I'm a very competitive person. I'm really not picky about music. I love Lifehouse, Creed, top 40 stuff. Well, my dad would say, hey, Jackie, go do something else. You don't have to make 1,000 shots every day, but I just wanted to be the best I could be.
Jackie, little jumper. Jackie Stiles hits the shot.
This is who I am. I am Jackie Stiles.
Earlier this fourth quarter, Utah led by as many as 13. It is now down to a 6-point lead with 5:56 remaining in the fourth. Right here, let's take a look at TNT's original series, Witchblade.
The Witchblade has many powers, but only the person who wields it can truly know them all.
See the story of a woman who started out a warrior and became something more. Witchblade. Every Monday night at 9, only on TNT.
The reason that the Lakers have scrambled back into this one, that man, Derek Fisher, all 8 of his points. Here in the fourth, he's hit 2 from downtown. He has 8 of the last 12 Laker points.
What the Lakers needed was somebody to give them the spark, give them back the enthusiasm to compete in the game, and Fisher is the person that did that.
7-0 run for the Lakers. Stockton to Collins, rejected by George. Crowd looking for a foul.
Well, you had George and Shaq both up there, and he just couldn't get it up between them.
Now O'Neal being guarded by Malone. Bryant not able to handle the pass, and it's a jump ball.
Kobe was trying to fight off the defensive player when Fisher fired the ball into him hard, so Kobe didn't have both hands free to catch it. That's how it wound up getting on the floor. Plus, he's got the bad left thumb.
It's not been one of the sharper performances by the Lakers. They've turned it over 22 times. That's a season high. Kobe has been shut down in this second half by Andre Kirilenko. 6-point Utah lead as we approach 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. John Stockton checking with Gary Sloan over at the Utah bench. Malone looking to set the pick. Shot clock down to 3. Stockton for 3.
Remember, we said a little while ago. They must get the big stops defensively, and they have to make the shots by executing their offense.
George. And a loose ball foul against Utah. Stay right here, says the official, Rodolisiak. It's on Collins. That's his third. And both teams are in the penalty. Shaq to the line, just 2 of 7.
John Stockton is a guard who sticks his nose in there, and you see him right in here, this area. There he is, trying to keep a body on Shaq, and it's just a matter of the big man. That arm goes out, Stockton goes down. It's very, very physical underneath.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal continues to struggle at the line. This coming off the 8 for 20 last night. 4.5 remaining in the fourth. Stockton just went down. Kirilenko. And rebounded by Fisher. Here's George taking it to the rim. Offensive foul.
This game has heated up. They're putting their bodies on the floor. They're very physical with each other at both ends. You see Malone go for the steal, and now George takes off, but there's Russell right there waiting for him.
Utah in possession. They lead by 6. They've led by as many as 13. That was turnover number 24 for the Lakers. Shot clock down to 5. 3-second violation.
What you have right now is Karl Malone, Marv, as the 5-man for Utah, which means he has to guard Shaq, number 1. He's too small, but he'll battle him inside. At the same time, you would expect to see Utah go to a series of pick and rolls using Malone in there, because he can step back and make that 18, 20-foot jump shot.
And Utah has done this in the past for short periods of time. They'll have Malone defending on O'Neal. He forces him further out, and Shaq not able to hit.
He has the respect of the officials, strong enough to hold his ground.
Down to 3.5 remaining in the fourth. Malone tried to save it, stepped out. So the ball back to the Lakers.
He tried to come over and set that pick and roll screen we were talking about, then he slipped it suddenly, tried to out-quick Shaq to the basket.
Timeout is called. It's the Utah Jazz 82, the Los Angeles Lakers 76.
You know, if I'm going to be your attorney, you have to trust me.
From the network that knows drama.
I don't know nothing.
You can't lie, or you'll be just like them.
I'm trying to ruin this boy's life and just flat out get him killed.
See The Client, Friday night at 8 on TNT. We know drama.
People cooking up top with the ice cream. The pass to Jones. Destroy Hammond County. The west side is calling timeout. The Uptowns are down by 3. With the pass to Dr. Funk with the shake. Nice one for 30. Lewis Trick with the boogie. Ball out, big flip.
Well, it's 1975, and we just be keeping the ball alive.
The closer you get, the more extreme it gets. The most extreme V-twins on the planet. VTX from Honda.
Utah has not scored in the last 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Lakers cutting into that 13-point lead with 3:34 to go. in this fourth quarter. Coming up next, Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. They will be revisiting the discussion regarding that controversial cover story on Charles in this week's issue of Sports Illustrated magazine. That's coming up next on Inside the NBA. Lakers have 2 full timeouts and a 20. Same for the Jazz. Kirilenko back on Bryant. O'Neal over Malone. O'Neal on the foul.
Shaq just out-quicked Karl that time. After the first shot, Karl's head was down low, and Shaq went right back up and grabbed it before Karl could straighten up.
The Lakers are within 4. 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Malone, yes! Karl Malone not able to hit the outside shot, hit a clutch jumper right there.
There's the pick and roll we talked about. Stockton and Malone then able to step back and hit that jumper.
Here's Bryant. And the foul against the Jazz. Both teams over the limit. So Kobe headed to the line. Foul on Stockton. That is his third. Bryant 10 for 10 from the line.
I think they're going to change that call.
Apparently Derek Fisher walking to the foul line, and apparently the call was made before Bryant made his move. So Fisher shooting a pair on the line for the first time. Derek an 86% free throw shooter. It's a 5-point game. Derek Fisher with a huge fourth quarter. All 10 of his points here in the fourth. Utah with the ball up by 4.
Lakers look like they're trying that zone right now. See if they can get Utah to try and take a couple perimeter shots and not give the ball up into the interior people.
Shot clock down to 4. Here's Malone for 3. Karl Malone with a rare shot from downtown. Only his 7th three-pointer of the season. 7 of 18, and he is 5 for 5 from the field since missing his first 8 shots. Foul called on Danielle Marshall. The Lakers will head back to the line.
You mentioned it, Marv. He had only had 17 attempts from the three-point line coming into this game, and with 3 seconds left on the 24-second clock, he just wanted to remind the official that it was a 3-point shot.
A dramatic finish for Karl Malone. Kobe Bryant, who had hit his previous 10 at the line, continues to have his difficulties in the second half. The Jazz with an 87-81 lead. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the fourth.
Well, so much for that zone defense. They're back playing their man-to-man right now.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes.
Stockton stepping out. Now O'Neal playing Malone, and it's an offensive foul. And I'm sure Karl Malone's feeling is, how could I possibly have knocked down Shaquille O'Neal? But Shaq lost his balance.
Well, Shaq guessed to his right. Karl Malone had him in a one-on-one situation, and Shaq just guesses he's going to jump left, which is Karl's right. There's the shoulder into him. Shaq goes down, a la Derek Fisher. Went to the same acting class together.
What a call! What a great call!
A minute 50 to go in the fourth. The Lakers down by 6. Jerry Sloan staying with Karl Malone on Shaquille O'Neal. Kept alive. Fisher for 3. Rebounded by Marshall. Utah trying to hang on. Standing ovation for the Utah Jazz. They lead by 6 points. A minute and 20 to go on the fourth. Stockton for Kirilenko. And a foul call. Kirilenko took a shot on the left shoulder. Foul committed by George. That's his third. game of much significance to the Utah Jazz. They've played very well recently. They've won 8 of the last 10, but they want to prove that they can do it against the better teams in the Western Conference. Coming into tonight, only 1-12 against the West, and they had dropped their previous 2 to the Lakers.
But again, we mentioned that they have been in a number of close games. Sometimes it comes down to making a free throw at the end, making an open shot at the end with the clock running down, or getting the big stop or rebound that you need to get.
7-point Utah lead. Time running down on the Lakers. Bryant over Karolinko. Once again had to change his shot. Foul is called on O'Neal. The story tonight, the early play of John Stockton. Andre Karolinko with his defensive work on Kobe Bryant, and Karl Malone, after having his shooting problems, turning it around down the stretch.
Okay, if it was a football game, they go in the locker room, they present the game ball to someone. Who are you presenting the basketball to tonight?
I would say Andre Karolinko.
I would agree with you there. He has been a major factor in this game turning around in the second half in favor of Utah.
Kobe Bryant with only 3 of his 26 points in the second half. He is 0 for 8 from the field in the second half. Malone, 11 for 11 at the line. And one of an example, here's Karl Malone, who just had a brutal first half in terms of his shooting, but able to hang in, hit that layup. That led to a couple of jump shots. And you look at the stat line, 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Well, we tried to tell Karl, hang around for the second half. We'll get that next technical.
Yeah, you pumped him up. With a minute remaining in this fourth quarter, the Lakers will take a timeout. The Jazz 89, the Lakers 81. We'll be back to Salt Lake City in a moment. A look at timeouts remaining with a minute to go in this fourth quarter, and Utah in front, 89-81. We were talking about Karl Malone. Well, 10 of his 23 was scored here in the fourth. Lakers going back-to-back and coming into tonight 6 up, 7 down in the second game of back-to-backs.
The Lakers got into the hotel. We came in last night after our game in Seattle, and Lakers got in actually after us arriving in the hotel. So it was probably 2:30, quarter to 3 in the morning.
I think you faced a similar situation to the Lakers. I thought you got up to a lethargic start on the telecast, but came on and then fell back again.
Oh, no.
You have had problems on back-to-back. I've noticed that. It's very troubling.
Conditioning.
Horry gets it down low to O'Neal. Here's Shaq over Malone, who did not want to commit a foul.
Sometimes the lack of food can cause you to lose that energy.
Did you have a problem with that last night?
Yeah, we did last night. We had a little problem on the plane.
Jazz 89, Lakers 83. We're down to 45 seconds remaining in the fourth. Utah no hurry to get this shot off, playing the clock. Now Russell, rebounded by Horry, and not a good foul. That stops the clock, puts the Lakers at the line.
That's the last thing you want to do. Give the team an opportunity to score points with the clock stopped. As I started to speak there, I stopped for a moment because the 24-second clock started to run for a second, It was the number on the 24-second clock is going on and off, in and out there. So
it threw you.
That's why it did. I said, wait a minute, they're moving the clock.
You are easily distracted. Daniel Marshall has fouled out, and Robert Horry will go to the line for the first time. But the clock is stopped. If Horry hits the 2, it's a 4-point game.
Horry's a 75% free throw shooter.
That's the kind of night it's been for the Lakers. Season high turnovers, 24, just 15 of 24 at the line, as Shaq managed only 2 of 9 at the free throw line. '89-84, Utah. Here's pressure by Fisher. Jazz, of course, delighted to have John Stockton handling the ball if the Lakers look to foul here. Time running out. Stockton using most of the clock and then finding the open Scott Kaiser for 3. So that will wrap it. John Stockton working the clock down. He had Paget open on the wing in 3-point territory. The Lakers take a timeout with 16 seconds remaining on the 4th. The Jazz up by 8.
Professor, we got issues with this ball.
Yes, number 8. We've been expecting you. I must show you our latest innovation. The Spalding Infusion Basketball. When you find yourself in trouble, release the hidden micro pump and increase the air pressure. This should give you the edge you need. Use caution number 8. The Eastern Conference will stop at nothing to get this ball.
You've done it again, Professor. This is perfect.
Choose from the complete line of 5 new infusion basketballs from Spalding.
This looks like it's going to be a wide open alley to the front of the rim for John Stockton as he turns the corner, but he sees the defense coming. What does he do? He kicks it back out to Paget, who they have great confidence in behind the 3-point line. He has really developed as a player. It's the best shape he's been in the NBA since he's come into the league, and he knocks out the wide open 3.
That was his first field goal of the game. Bryant continues his woes in the second half. And the Jazz hearing it from this crowd. Standing ovation as they have defeated the Lakers 92-84. So Utah goes to 34-26. They've won 9 of their last 11. They're in the number 7 spot in that Western Conference playoff race. The Laker win streak stopped at 3. They had won 7 of their previous 8. They dropped to 42-18, and what a finish for Karl Malone. 23 points after starting out 0 for 8. Let's go to Craig and Karl.
Well, Karl, after the game, Jerry Sloan says you one hell of a game. Did you think that would be coming after going 0 for 8 to start this game?
Well, you know, I don't really think about the way I start a game. I always think about the way I finish. My teammates say, hey, keep shooting them, big guy, and that's part of my game. So it don't really matter how you start a game, it's how you finish. But I want to say that these guys in this locker room didn't back down. They played their butts off, so it was a great team effort. We haven't beat a really good Western Conference team other than Dallas. So it was a good win for us, a great team effort, and I'm proud of the guys.
Andre Kurolenko got here, and he kept saying, I don't know this defense that Jerry Sloan wants to play. He's learning fast. Tonight, Kobe Bryant did not have a field goal in the second half. How has he progressed?
Well, he's progressing really well. He's got that select memory when it comes to English. His wife teaches English, so we know he understands it, but he always gives us the I can't hear you. He understands what we're trying to do. But I think him and Jerry Collins got a bright future in this league. They continue to play hard as well as Deshaun, so it's a nice little base, but those guys doing a good job for it.
Some people thought this might be John Stockton's last year, but the way he is playing, talking to his wife today, I think they're pretty enthused about keep going. How is he able to keep doing it at this age?
Well, he's dedicated. He's a true professional. He work out extra. He take care of his body, and he don't spend any extra energy like a lot of guys do. If I'm going in a foxhole with somebody, I want to go in there with John Stockton because he's going to give it to you every night.
Great job tonight.
Thank you very much.
Back to Marvin Mike.
All right, thank you, Craig. 23 points for Karl Malone. Started at 0 for 8. Went 5 for 5 after that. John Stockton, 19 points, 6 assists. A tremendous job at the defensive end by Andre Kirilenko with 4 block shots and put the clamps on Kobe Bryant, who scored only 3 of his 26 in the second half, went 0 for 9 in the second half. Shaq had 28 and 12 with 3 block shots. So the Utah Jazz, after losing the previous 2 this season to the LA Lakers, come away with the 92-84 victory. Thanks to our producer, Scooter Bertiner, our director, Renardo Lowe, our associate director, Lisa Smith, production assistant Bert Bondi, production assistant Dave Schwab, and our statistician, Brian Taylor. A reminder, tomorrow night on TNT, it's the Raptors and the Mavericks starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. For the Czar, Mike Fratello, and Craig Sager, this is Marv Albert saying good night from Utah. After this break, we go to Atlanta for Inside the NBA.
They run out again?
Thomasville is now at the Home Depot.
Thomasville? Yeah, you got my attention.
Thomasville craftsmanship, Thomasville quality.
It's classy, it's American, it's elegant.
And now for your kitchen or bath, Thomasville cabinetry.
Kitchen cabinets?
Now for kitchens, now for baths.
Thomasville is great stuff.
And now, no payments until January 2003 with your Home Depot consumer credit card.
Home Depot makes beautiful things affordable.
Thomasville, only at the Home Depot.